Oh, yeah, we are here. We are live. It is Patrick and the People. It is Monday, and shit, it's going to be a good show today. I'm going to tell you that now. Chad is under the weather today, man. I don't know, he just had some kind of virus or something, I guess.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so
Hopefully it gets better.
Yeah, I'm sure he will. I'm sure he will. Do you have a great holiday weekend?
Man, I had a great WrestleMania 420, Easter. It was all the holidays.
It was
in one,
everything, wasn't it?
And it was great that, 420 and Easter, man.
I know, man.
That candy from all the egg hunting came in handy.
Yeah, people were getting baked and doing,
And, of course, WrestleMania weekend.
What about, was everybody still hunting Easter eggs and stuff?
I mean,
The price of eggs, I assume they bought plastic ones.
well, yeah, that's what we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you do an Easter egg
Oh
hunt?
yeah, we did a couple of them. Yeah, because we went up. I took the kiddo up to his grandma's, and so we did a Easter egg hunt up there with
What do you put in? What do you put in the eggs?
candy.
What about money? You don't put money in there?
Are you kidding me?
Seriously, like some change, $1 here and there.
No.
Oh yeah, you're supposed to put a little money
Are
in,
you?
man. Yeah.
Oh.
It's like Deal or No Deal, man.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no. Get you like 5 $1 bills.
And put them in there.
Yeah, you put
Yeah.
3 ones and then 2 with quarters.
Well, they got candy.
Well, I'm
they
sure
were
they
just
loved
as
it.
happy.
No,
I mean, that's the same thing it's going to go to anyways.
the
I
worst
just get
Easter
to
bunny
have
ever.
the-
No, you're the worst Easter bunny in the history of time. I want you to know that. Just candy. That's it, Dad, you piece of shit. I'm kidding, man. I'm just giving you a hard time. Yeah.
Man, they're coming in on a Monday again.
Yeah, no, we used to always put money, just a little bit, like that change. and
But I
stuff
mean,
like
really,
that.
like it's just going to go to candy anyways.
Like-
All I did was take out the middleman,
Like, one thing,
save myself the gas.
Right.
What's that?
when my son got older, a little bit older, not, he was still close to the age where you would hunt Easter eggs, but he was probably between 8 and 11,
Yeah.
let's say. And I got him a metal detector for Christmas. He had been wanting one forever.
That'd be cool.
Well, it was, except, man, he got the thing out and we went around the yard, me and him. He was all excited. And 4 or 5 times we found something. It was like a pop top. It was like a can. It was just bullshit,
Right.
So I waited till he went to bed and I went out front and got a little shovel and buried some coins.
Aw.
So the next day he could find some money.
So he's not like, man, Dad,
Yeah.
you suck.
Yeah.
Oh, I find his trash. Oh, that's sweet.
I don't know if it's
Look at
sweet,
you.
but that is what I did. Hey, just a few house notes here. I will be appearing at the Looney Bin from May 21st to 25th, and a big announcement. Wayne called me over the weekend, bro,
Yeah.
and he said, "Hey, man, I need to update you about your week."
Okay.
And I figured this was the time where he'd go, "We got somebody better to come in." And I was going to be like, okay, but he said, man, would you be willing to do the Gateway show on Sunday? They're coming back.
No way.
Yeah, so I'm doing the Gateway show.
I didn't even know.
Yes, they're coming back that Sunday, and I'm going to be one of them. Now, if you don't know,
Oh, God, you have to go. Everybody, Patrick and the people
Listen,
get together.
listen,
That is the day to go.
the Gateway show goes like this. You go in, you have your comedian lineup. They go in, they do their set, however long it is. I don't think it's probably like a 10 or 15
It was
minute
like,
set.
yeah, it was,
Yeah, it's a smaller set, but it's still a good set, okay? Then, once everybody's done, they take you off the premises, the comedians, not the fans, not the audience. Take the comedians off the premise, and then they get them, as Wayne said, more blowed than you've ever been in your life. And they bring you back, and you have to do another set. And so they're comparing how you did the first time to the second time after you get
Yeah.
skildered out of your brain.
Yeah.
And so I'm intrigued by this. I said, yes. I said, yeah, let's do this.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah, he said, let's do this.
So this is when?
Well, let's see. My week is the 21st through the 25th, whatever that Sunday is.
Okay, the 21st through the 25th. So,
Yeah,
that's the end of your week.
Yeah, it'll be
25th.
the end of the week. I just don't know if it's the 25th or 26th. You'll have to look and see because I don't have my calendar in front of me.
It's the 25th. Yeah.
All right, yeah, so on the 25th, then that's when that one will happen, which is pretty exciting. That ought to be awesome. But if you can't come to that one, come to one of the other ones. It'll be a lot of
Oh
fun.
no, that's in the books, man. I'm gonna be there at that one.
Also, know that the week of May 13th through 19th, Gunner and I, be gone to the Blocks on Amazon Prime. We do still have a fundraiser working on just covering some expenses and cost of being there, our hotel, our food, our lodging, all that. But it's going to be amazing. It's an entrepreneur-based reality show. It's in its, just had its 14th season.
Nice.
So it's a very well-established program hosted by Wes from The Challenge. He created it, and they sent me a thing this weekend. A lot happening this weekend in my life, it seems like. But I got an email this weekend from the producers saying, hey, we need to start getting your hometown footage. If you could make these videos for us and for your intro on Amazon.
Nice.
And I was like, yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, this is the dopest thing that I've ever been asked, maybe. Can you make intros for Amazon? Yes, I can. So that's great.
Awesome, man.
No, it is. It's exciting.
Is it, are you like, are nerves starting to set in at all?
No, I get more excited the closer I get.
Yeah.
I may have some nerves that first day, I think, because you just don't know what to expect exactly.
Right.
But no, I feel really great about it. I'm really excited about it because I can't lose. We can't lose with it. A, you're going to be on Amazon Prime.
Right.
But B, you're going to be around a bunch of business people that are the best at what they do who are mentoring you.
Right.
So, and they're focused on your specific thing, which in our case is this show.
Yeah.
It's what this show is, what the platform is, what could be done with it, how to best leverage it, how to best market it, all of those different things, that if you're in business, you'd love to know from experts.
Right.
So either way, I come out, no matter what happens during the show, ahead. Now.
Right, because you get knowledge, you get to network, you get to rub
huge
elbows.
network.
Yeah,
you never know
absolutely.
what happens when you meet somebody that might be like, hey, man, you're kind of dope. You want to work for me?
Absolutely.
Maybe, yeah. How much? Yes, I do. And then winning would be a bonus.
Right.
Winning would be awesome. Or getting one of those clips that blow up somehow. One of those viral clips somehow, landing in that, or any of those things would be dope.
So is there a way, like, are you going to be reachable while you're out there?
Yeah, I think so. I think in the evening, late evening, that I'll be able to do, send some video to you.
Yeah, like an update or something.
Yeah, some update stuff. I'm
That'd be
hoping
cool.
so. It seems like that's the way it is. In watching it, it seems as if afterwards, when they're not filming. Yeah, because you film, it's a long film day, as you can imagine.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've never been through. I had applied forever ago.
Most of them you can't, or I shouldn't say most. A lot of them you can't.
Well, yeah, that's what I was saying.
But like, there's a show that's very popular called Love Island, and I know a lot of you wouldn't watch it, but I do like it. It's smutty, and I enjoy it with Laura. We watch it. And
you sit there in your pink fluffy robe and.
Yeah, that's right. Sipping on my little umbrella drink. But anyway. They get to use their phone like, once a day to call one person or something.
Oh, wow, okay.
But if you're on Big Brother, Survivor, things like that, there's zero contact.
Well, yeah, that's what I, have you ever heard of that show, like The Circle?
Yeah,
on
yeah.
Netflix?
That's a good one too.
So I had applied to that forever ago, and I had made it to being like the final interview.
Oh, that's
or whatever.
cool.
And so, but I remember them telling me, they were like, you're going to have to fly out. It was going to be filmed in like the UK or something.
Right.
But they were like, you're going to have to fly out there and you're going to be completely unreachable for like 6 weeks. And I was like, oh, no, I can't do that. Like,
6 weeks is a long time. You have to feel like this is it's a really big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm not saying that wouldn't be that.
I mean, it absolutely was. It was
it
a
is
great
a big deal,
opportunity, but at that
but
time,
that is
I
no,
just
6
had a
weeks.
newborn child.
Look, 6 weeks is hard for any human being.
Yeah.
I mean,
was like, no, I
look,
can't.
even Survivor is a month.
Yeah.
That's how long you're there. And now Big Brother is 100 days. So if you go to Big Brother, you're there a minute.
Man.
But I'm going to tell you what, I'd almost leave anything except my wife for Big Brother.
Yeah.
And I'll leave her here while I go.
Well, yeah.
But I mean, otherwise, I mean, man, that's That's top of the food chain. All right, let me get down. I'm digressing here. We're gonna get down to some business and talk about things you want to hear about. So,
Everybody says good morning, man.
well, good morning to everybody. What's going on with your world? Hey, I saw our good friend and show follower Crystal at Walmart last night. It was good to see her. Hey, Crystal, I hope you're having a good day.
What's up, Crystal?
Yeah,
How you
yeah,
doing?
she's good people, man. She really is. All right, so.
Maybe it is a northern thing. They're saying northerners, shaking my head. Of course you don't put money in eggs.
Oh,
Maybe it is.
Pope Francis has died. Spoiler alert, at age 88. His last public appearance was for the Easter Sunday blessing yesterday, and he died this morning. He was head of the church, as you know, Catholic Church, sovereign of the Vatican City State, first pope from the Jesuit order, first from the Americas and the Southern Hemisphere, and the first born or raised outside Europe since the 8th century papacy of Syrian Pope Gregory III. We all remember him. He took office in March 2013, chose his papal name in honor of St. Francis of Assisi. He was known for being informal in his style and humble, it says, including not living in the papal apartments, but instead a modest guest house. Pet project of his, focus on service and staying close to the people of God, it says. So, yeah, he had been ill, but he had been hospitalized. A lot of people thought he was going to die. He somehow made it out, only to die. I mean, wow.
I mean, that sucks
No,
when you put it like that.
When time comes, it's coming, man.
So does that mean they gotta? Because I remember that
Yeah,
when I
remember,
was a kid.
this is
like,
the one when they have the smoke come up?
yeah, they all have to sit
let
in a
you know.
room for
Yeah.
like 3 days,
That's
and all
right.
the news sits there and looks at a chimney for.
That's correct.
Yeah.
They stare at the chimney. They keep showing you the chimney, keep telling you what the chimney's going to do.
Great.
Then you see smoke come out, and everybody goes, oh!
Right.
You know, and it's, there you go. And then the world's good
And then
again.
the world is good
All the
again.
problems are solved again. So the new pope will be elected by the College of Cardinals in a private gathering. It's called the Conclave. It is held in the Vatican. The meeting is secret. There's no electronic communication. Cardinals who are under 80 are the ones summoned to the Vatican. So I guess if you're over 80, you're out. The Cardinals attend sermons, celebrate Mass there, proceed to the Sistine Chapel, take an oath of secrecy.
Take a nap.
They vote, yeah, probably,
Play
take a nap.
bingo.
Vote in secret on paper ballots.
Vatican bingo.
The ballots are burned and white smoke signals a successful election. So,
Yeah, that's where everybody goes. Ah.
yeah. Now, you're not Roman Catholic, are you?
No.
If you are Roman Catholic, I just want you to know if you've been baptized, any Roman Catholic male can be elected pope. Just know that. So if you want the job, you're going to have to put in for it now. You can't be waiting around. So if you think you're a good Catholic and you should be the pope, I don't know, maybe go to pope.com. I'm not sure what it would be. But get your app in. You know what I'm saying?
Pope.com.
Go over to Indeed. I'm sure they've got it posted there.
Linked.
Yeah, they got it.
LinkedIn.
They got it on LinkedIn. Yeah.
The next pope at gmail.com.
Texas and Oklahoma hit with severe weather this weekend. We had some
We had some storms roll through yesterday.
storms roll through that were pretty sketchy looking.
Yeah.
I went over to Arkansas Weather Watchers, and those guys were on it as always. They were
Yeah,
doing,
man.
man, they're so good. They're really, really good at what they do.
Yeah.
And I
I really want to we need to get in touch with them because it was a great interview that you had with them.
yeah, it was. It was a
And,
phenomenal interview.
Yeah, man, we need to maybe they can do a weather report or something for us. You know?
Yeah, we talked about maybe working on that in the future and incorporating their stuff more into it when we talk about weather, which is kind of what I'm doing. But
And I know that after the interview, they had emailed and they said, I think it's either coming up this week or next week, but they were gonna wait for the season to die down some and then
and
bring
come
in
back.
one of their chasers in
Yeah.
that actually goes out and
no, she's amazing.
Yeah,
They were
she's-
going to her when I was watching.
Yeah.
Because, you know, what their goal is, they said, is to get cameras in every county in the state.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that they both have a physical presence where the cameras are seeing things as well as whatever roving storm chasers and, other feet on the ground are providing at the time. So,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Dude, they're amazing.
but I don't know, did anything, I haven't heard of anything touching down here.
I heard There was something off of like Highway 5, and it was in
Benton?
no, just
Oh.
past Cabot.
Oh, past Cabot, something
I'm
like
trying to think of the town name, but
something small, maybe touchdown, but was
yeah,
there a lot of
I
damage?
don't know that there was a lot of damage. I know that they said there was still like debris falling from the sky and stuff. So, but I haven't heard of anything widespread or.
Well, if you have, let us know about it because I don't. Texas and Oklahoma, though, were hit with severe storms, caused at least a couple deaths. A 12-year-old boy and a woman killed in Oklahoma.
Austin. It was Austin.
Austin, Arkansas. Okay, I've been there, yeah. These folks' vehicle was swept under a bridge by floodwaters, and, Oklahoma called it a historical weather event that resulted in dozens of water rescues, dozens of tornadoes reported, severe thunderstorms expected from East Texas into parts of Iowa and Illinois, areas of Arkansas, Missouri dealing with potential tornadoes and damaging wind, part of Nebraska battered by a hailstorm that produced baseball to softball size hail. Now that right there is some hail.
Oh yeah.
Now if I saw baseball or softball size hail, I might think the world was ending.
Dude, I did. Remember when we had that huge hailstorm up in Hot Springs last year or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. It
Were
was
they that big?
Dude, it was crazy.
Yeah.
They were huge, man. They were shattering. It was shattering holes through windshields. And,
Really?
Yeah.
That would seem apocalyptic to me in the moment.
Dude,
I'd be
it
like,
was-
oh shit, is this it?
Like, yeah, if you saw the videos from it, they were like bombs dropping, especially on the lakes up there.
Man, that's crazy.
Dude, it was crazy.
That is crazy, man. Let's see. The USDA's Food Safety and Inspection issued a warning alert for fully cooked pork carnitas at Aldi. Do we even have an Aldi? Don't we have one?
I think we have one.
We do,
somewhere.
I think, yeah.
I don't know where.
It could be contaminated with metal. So if you don't want metal in your pork carnitas, look out for that. Apparently, it's labeled pork carnitas seasoned and seared pork.
With hints of metal.
Fan voting for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame wraps up today. Fish is in first with over 300,000 votes, making the top six so far Bad Company, Billy Idol, Cyndi Lauper, Soundgarden, and Joe Cocker. 50s legend Chubby Checkers in seventh place, so he's not guaranteed induction. Mariah Carey also sitting outside the safe zone.
Oh, darn.
And I know, right? Inductees will be announced next month. Yeah, nobody really cares. All right. No, I want to save that for later.
I was going to say, the only time that I think anybody ever talks about Mariah Carey is around
Christmas time.
Yeah.
She's got
That's
a
the
lot
only
of she's
time
got a
I
lot of
hear
old
her name.
bangers, but it's just she's Mariah Carey. You know what I mean?
You know.
Opening statements are set to start tomorrow in the Karen Reed murder retrial. She's accused of striking and killing her Boston cop boyfriend with her SUV in 2022. She says she's being framed. Her first trial ended with a hung jury. The trial expected to take 6 to 8 weeks. Prosecution is trying to block her defense team from blaming third parties for the death.
Okay.
Well, sometimes they use that. If it's plausible that they could, shift it and create doubt in your mind, then that's.
She needs the Lincoln lawyer, man. He'd figure it out.
Yeah, Matthew McConaughey could get it done. All right, all right.
I was talking about
all right.
the Netflix show.
Oh, okay.
dude's name
Yeah,
is,
that's based on a book, which was the movie was based on a book, and I'm sure the show is too.
Gotcha. Anyways, sidetrack.
Then we're going to save this for later. Nintendo Switch 2 game system dropped an ad this weekend featuring Paul Rudd. Back in the 90s, he was in a Nintendo ad, and he calls back to it in a new one. So that's fun, I guess. Billy Ray Cyrus and Elizabeth Hurley are dating.
I heard that.
That's the weirdest thing to me.
Right?
I'm like,
Hey, man.
I get it for him.
Right,
But I'm like,
no.
what about you, Elizabeth? You just had enough good-looking dudes in your life, or what?
She just got an achy, breaky heart.
Yeah, you just want crazy in your life? Have you seen that family? Come on, man. What are you doing? The American Civil ACLU filed emergency appeals on Friday.
Shortening that up.
Yeah, to halt the deportations of Venezuelan migrants. The Supreme Court responded temporarily blocking deportations, saying there's a necessity for detainees to have a reasonable chance to seek habeas corpus relief before removal. NBC News learned that ICE buses carrying 28 members of the Tren de Aragua gang to the airport were turned around according to the directive.
Right.
Let's see. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth under fire again, revealed he shared sensitive details about a military strike in Yemen in a second private Signal group chat. I don't know why this is new. Honestly, I have no idea why it's news. Signal is something that was being used in the previous administration.
Right.
They'd given a green light for them to use it for that very reason. So this isn't something new. It isn't something crazy. Could it be dumb as hell? Maybe. It might be dumb. If you're putting it out there for everybody to see, yeah, that's pretty dumb. But it's not something new. All right.
Just stop texting.
Another college shooting happened on Norfolk State University in Virginia Saturday. That took place about 11:30 p.m., an area known as Greek Row. One of the victims did have life-threatening injuries. The other was non-life-threatening. They implemented some heightened security measures, as you can imagine. Both Russia and Ukraine accused each other of violating a ceasefire directed by Vladimir Putin. Truce intended to last from Saturday until midnight Sunday. Zelensky said Russian forces conducted 59 shelling incidents, some ground assaults, numerous drone strikes. And look, this guy, when I tell you, man, this guy's on his way out. Zelensky.
Yeah.
He's becoming a rogue agent. I'm telling you, he's about to be out of control.
Yeah.
Everybody's. I think he's the puppet that cut the strings.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think he's an absolute prop. I think look, the guy was literally a stand-up before he did this. He was a comedian. It wasn't like Ronald Reagan where he was an actor when he was 40 and then later at 60 became president. This guy was a comedian and became president, okay, like that. And so, but now he's kind of off the leash and he's creating havoc.
Right, so.
Yeah, he is a diplomatic nightmare because his ego can't get out of the way. He doesn't want to concede power. He doesn't want to have new elections. He doesn't want to do anything except shake people down and get more money. And I'm like, bro, you can't even account for the money you got.
See, I've been keeping up with all this, he's
unfortunately,
I've heard about it, and
I see news. I read it, and he's a clown, I think.
It's crazy how much, everything changed, though, from the beginning.
Yeah, no, it's...
Because really, at the beginning, everybody felt bad. They were like, oh, man, Ukraine... And
and understandably so.
It's the little guy, and now they're like, little dog was,
In the aftermath of the shooting at Florida State on Thursday that resulted in 2 fatalities and 6 injuries, the university implemented flexible academic policies for final week of the semester. Students not required to attend in person. Additionally, if you're unable to complete courses, you can request an incomplete grade, but classes are set to resume today. The incidents are terrible, and that one is still a lot of unexplained stuff there. This is good news. After his teacher told him his hot sauce business idea was unrealistic, 19-year-old Drew Davis launched Crippling Hot Sauce and turned it into a $2 million success in his first year. Kind of blending humor.
What?
Well, yeah, he was kind of blending humor and heart. The brand reflects his personality, but also supporting cerebral palsy.
Okay.
He has cerebral palsy, hence the name Crippling Hot Sauce.
Gotcha.
So he hopes his journey can be serve as an example of persistence and optimism.
Absolutely,
No, that's good.
man.
Good for him, man. Mario Monero, a 24-year-old Spanish entrepreneur in Germany, created an app called Speed Bump to help users break the habit of doom scrolling. Inspired by his own failed attempt to curb social media use, he left his job to develop a playful doom scrolls curing app. Speed Bump, available, going to launch this summer. Early feedback on it is interesting. Well,
I mean, what's it supposed to do?
I don't exactly know what it.
It's just going to monitor your phone, and after 10 minutes of scrolling, pop up and be like, hey.
Let's see, what does it do? Let me see if it'll tell us here.
It creates it automatically scrolls for you. I don't know.
I tried a few things to help it. Set screen time. Okay, so.
It said he used to be addicted to doom scrolling.
Yeah, I don't exactly see what it is. Oh, here we go. Speed Bump works by annoying users as much as possible when they exceed their screen time.
Okay. So, yeah.
So a person will specify to speed bump which apps they find addictive, such as Instagram, TikTok. Then they go to open them. Speed bump will ask how long they want to spend on them. If they choose just 30 seconds, maybe because they just want to respond to a message. Speed bump will allow them to access the app, then create pop-ups. Once that's done, and just start popping things up on you until you get done.
Right.
You know, you just go, I give up. I guess that's kind of seems more annoying.
Right.
Yeah, but it
I
might
see
make
a lot
you.
of people going, all right, you know what? Forget this app.
Yeah.
Delete, and then going right
Yeah.
back to scrolling. And number two, like, don't ever give an app permission to monitor your phone
No.
for anything.
No, because
Like, there's no reason
somebody's
for
behind
it. You're
that app.
Exactly. There's somebody there sitting behind a computer that now has access to something that you carry around with you everywhere.
Well, this is probably the least ironic bad news story. Joseph Siders, the drummer for a Canadian Indian rock band by the name of the New Pornographers, was arrested in Palm Desert, California on multiple charges of, guess what? Child pornography.
Oh, that's not funny.
No, it's not. The arrest report said he was seen filming an 11-year-old boy in a restroom and then subsequently entering and exiting the bathroom with other juvenile males. They did a search on the home car and phone, uncovered evidence that implicated him in the incidents as well as other crimes. And
Yeah, that's not where I saw that story going, man.
no?
No.
Oh, the New Pornographers released a statement expressing shock and dismay and announced they've severed all ties with him.
Well, I would hope so.
Well, yeah. Yeah, no, that's...
I thought you were going to talk about, like, the band name or something.
Yeah,
you know,
no.
the
Well,
New
I'm just saying it's
Pornographers
not
and,
ironic. I mean, you named yourself the New Pornographers. I mean, come on.
Right.
But I would probably not just distance myself from it. I'd probably say, yeah, we're going to change the name. We're going to do
dude,
something
like,
else.
yeah.
This is not going to work for us anymore. Sublime has
Reminds
announced.
me when Bare Naked Ladies was popular.
Oh, right.
Remember that?
How
Yeah.
disappointing was that to see John Popper, or not John Popper, that's Blues Traveler, whoever, the lead singer of Bare Naked Ladies, like, oh, no, that's not even a lady.
I remember when I wanted to go see them in concert because their hit song was like 1 week or whatever.
Oh,
and I
yeah.
was like, yeah, I want to go see them. And I told
This is the
my
one
dad.
that had Chickadee, Chickadee, the Chinese
Yeah,
chicken.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And I told my dad, and he's like, "You're not going to see the Bare Naked Ladies." And I'm like, "No, it's 5 guys." And then he was even more concerned.
yeah, no, that's even weirder, right? So Sublime has announced an all-star tribute album. It's going to be called "Look at All the Love We Found," a tribute to Sublime. And so it's going to have 36 tracks with contributions from many different artists from many different genres, and then 8 unreleased tracks as well.
Slightly Stupid, I saw on that list. Interesting.
Yes, yes. Puddle of Mud has announced their upcoming album, Kiss the Machine. That's going to be released May 2nd. So apparently they got Wes
Again.
in there long enough to do this, huh?
We've stepped into a freaking time warp somewhere.
We
and went
have,
back
haven't we?
in time.
We
man.
have.
Like,
Yeah. It's the first album from the band since 2023 and includes 9 songs. Fans can pre-order it. It includes a signed postcard from Wes Scantlin, perhaps right after getting out of jail. Bush says their 10th album's on the way. Remember them?
again,
Again? Yeah.
again,
You
the
like
time,
that?
the time.
I got one more for you to keep it going.
What? Who else
Keanu,
is coming back?
Keanu Reeves is set to play the villain in an upcoming Weezer movie. Frontman Rivers Cuomo confirmed the movie's a real thing. He appeared at Coachella.
The last time I heard of Weezer was like Beverly Hills song.
Yeah.
Remember that? Yeah.
The Weezer film will be a mockumentary-style movie about the rivalry between the band and Dogstar, which is Keanu's band. The rivalry angle, man, that is killing me. Rivalry angle between the two bands was chosen because Weezer actually played their first show as an opener for Dogstar back in 1992.
Wow.
As for what to expect, they say it's a cross between Scott Pilgrim vs. the World and the Weird Al Yankovic story. So it's got a bunch of people in it. Johnny Knoxville, Ben Schwartz,
He's
Eric
going to be the
Andre.
next person you hear come back.
Right, right.
I mean, not that he ever went anywhere, but.
Michael B. Jordan's Sinners won the North American box office this weekend. The movie about twin brothers dealing with vampires when they return to their Mississippi hometown debuted in first place. It hauled in about $45 million. Minecraft slipped to second with 41 mil, still killing.
Oh man, that movie is.
Yeah,
See,
that.
Jack Black has shown up at some of the theaters and
Oh, is he really?
like just randomly showing. Well, that apparently there's some trend with some scene.
Yeah,
in
the
Minecraft
chicken
that they gotta,
jockey or whatever it
throw
is.
I don't know what.
Yeah,
it is,
no,
but
it's it just means I don't want to go. That's what that means. Yeah, that's
I'm
it.
just sitting there going, "Geez, there's like $100 worth of popcorn that just went flying at the movie screen."
Here you go. In Richland, Mississippi, 58-year-old Carl Domino made things really easy for the cops who pulled him over. He was stopped for a traffic violation. The officer on the scene reportedly caught a hearty whiff of weed. Not only did Domino admit to the weed, but he handed the officer the joint. See, that would be what you call probable cause.
Right? No, that was a bribe, man.
So
What
they
you
said,
talking about?
right, didn't work. They said, Dad, let us take a look in your vehicle. So they found 120 X pills, 3 pounds of pure ecstasy, 5 pounds of mushrooms, 12 vials of pure LSD, close to half a pound of weed, 2 digital scales, about 200 grand worth of stuff. So
He was ready to celebrate 420 for the next.
forever.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. This guy, man, 58. Bro, what are you doing blasting a hog leg, toting that kind of stuff? You know better.
For real.
Stop, pull over at a rest stop, smoke your J, then get back on the road and do your business. If you're going to smoke at all when you're carrying all that, which I would not. This is why you got busted.
Just asking for trouble.
Yeah.
I like how it says he offered it to the cop too. Like, hey man, look,
Here, man.
look,
Here, I got a joint. No
Right.
big deal,
I don't,
man. Come
look,
on.
just take a good couple puffs. Forget everything you saw here. Go get yourself. Look, go. I'll give you a couple bucks for a donut.
It works out. Yeah, try that. A Staten Island man arrested after setting fire to sex toys in his backyard, leading to a blaze that damaged 3 homes and left an 88-year-old woman homeless. Harry Torres told police he used lighter fluid to set the toys on fire to get rid of DNA evidence for some reason.
Oh,
Authorities have charged him
that's a
with
great story right there.
reckless endangerment and arson. 13 Bozeman, Montana police, including 2 sergeants, were found to have participated in an on-duty game dubbed Crime Bingo.
You can't just move on
January.
like that. There's
What?
nothing. There's nothing more to the DNA. This dude just probably committed murder or something. Who knows? And
You know,
I mean, how are you gonna?
it doesn't tell me what
You're
it
gonna
was.
set a fire, set 3 houses on fire with it.
Yeah.
Tell the cops it's because you need to get rid of DNA, which should be like red
Here, he
flag
said-
machine.
Here, his lawyer didn't respond for comment.
Of course he didn't.
But he said, I started the fire. I was in the backyard at my house. I lit 2 sex toys on fire. He used a lighter fluid. Investigators said he was trying to get rid of the DNA on the sex toys, which included a rubber vagina.
And this doesn't sound like a Law and Order episode to you?
Dump, dump.
We need more.
One neighbor said Torres seemed a little off.
A little?
He lives here in this house upstairs on the 2nd floor. He's going to have to be supervised to have somebody with him all the time because you can't leave him by himself and trust him. As the fire spread, it was none other than the family cat who alerted the elderly woman to the blaze.
Wait, this gets even better. The cat saved the elderly woman from the burning sex
somehow
toys.
a cat saved her, yeah. There were no injuries reported. So it doesn't give me any more. That's all I got for
I
you,
mean,
man.
that was
Was
still-
that enough
that
at
was-
least
that was more.
to fill you up?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like we'll have a development on
Now
that.
you got some kind of closure. All right,
Yeah, you
now
couldn't
back
just
to
leave me on a
crime
cliffhanger.
bingo.
Okay, crime bingo. Let's
This
go.
game involved officers checking off bingo squares for specific types of arrest incidents, such as conducting a vehicle search, responding to certain calls. Bozeman Police Chief Jim Beltkamp stated that the game lasted 12 days.
Oh yeah.
Internal reviews concluded that none of the 24 cases were improperly influenced,
Of course not. They
but
were in on the
disciplinary
game.
actions were taken against those involved, with supervisors getting more severe consequences.
Oh,
Look,
that's a lawyer's dream, but
it is, but listen, you probably you got to have some fun with that
Right.
job and get some stress off your life. I mean, look, you're just trying to cross off a bingo card of here's all the possible things that could happen in our day.
Right.
We're gonna get bingo on it and have a good time with it. I mean, what's
Way
wrong
to
with that?
spice up the shift. Yeah.
Just having a good time? I mean, I think that shit's funny. I like crime bingo. I would play crime bingo. You know, you should have HR bingo at work. Okay.
Stop the robbery. Yay, bingo.
Yay. All right. Oh, no, I'm saving that for later for sure. Let's get into some sports stuff here. The NBA playoffs first round fired up over the weekend. The action continues with a couple games tonight. The Pistons at the Knicks. The Knicks lead the series 1-0, and the Clippers at the Nuggets, who lead the series 1-0 also. Now, I will say this, man, it was a couple of wild games yesterday. The Clippers did lose 112-110, and then the Knicks ran over the Pistons 123-112. But I know that there was hold on one second because I want to tell you what it was.
Yeah, you're good. What's up, Michael? They said hello from Hot Springs, Michael Ball.
Okay, here it is. Last night. Now listen, I'm telling you that I'm starting to think it's either OKC. I think OKC could come out.
Yeah.
Yeah, they beat the Grizzlies. So they beat them 131-80.
Damn.
They beat them by 51 points. That's an ass whooping of epic proportion,
real?
man. Yeah, now the Cavaliers did well. They hit 121 over the Heat at 100. That's a pretty big ass whooping, but next to the Thunder at 131-80. I mean, it's like the Grizzlies. What did you guys do?
Did they even show up?
Were you there? Were the scrubs
Was it
in?
all the third string?
Jesus, man, that's bad. Yeah, that's an embarrassing ass whooping. So I don't know what'll happen there. I also think the Celtics look good.
Yeah.
I don't think a Celtics Thunder finals is out of the question at all. A lot of people are high on the Cavaliers. I still don't believe in them. The Warriors did get past the Rockets, but the Warriors aren't the Warriors they used to be. They're not going to make it as far. They just don't have all the parts they need to get there. All right, so the NHL, you got 4 games in the playoffs, I believe, tonight. Yeah, Montreal Canadiens at the Capitals, the Blues versus the Jets, the Avalanche, the Stars, the Oilers, and the Kings. That tonight goes on.
You know what else is on tonight?
What?
The Monday after Mania.
What is that?
That's like the next biggest. So you have the SmackDown before WrestleMania.
Oh, that's right. We hadn't even talked about
Yeah, we haven't even
WrestleMania.
gotten
Let's
into
let's
WrestleMania,
break
but yeah.
WrestleMania down real quick. You had 2 nights of intriguing commentary. A lot of people chiming in. So how did it go? What happened?
So I mean, we did go live just from our houses for the intermission and kind of give our predictions, myself and Mikey G. But so first night you had Gunther versus Jey Uso for the championship, and that kicked off the show. Jey won. Congratulations to him. I pretty much figured he was going.
Spoiler
to.
alert.
So yeah. Again, not like you really missed much there. Tiffy retained against Charlotte Flair. So she's got the women's championship.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, another good match, but everybody, and again, we're happy Tiffy kept it, but it was another kind of more heat on Charlotte. She was only there because of her name.
Yeah.
So yeah, first night was good. Second night, man, it just, of course, the big match was John Cena versus Cody Rhodes for the championship.
Right.
John Cena, is a heel now and everything,
And he won.
He won.
So how is he
record.
going to support the championship?
Well, I mean, I guess he's still around until.
And isn't he a lot
SummerSlam.
smaller? He looks a lot
He
smaller
is,
now.
dude. He's Age just hit him for sure. I mean, you're not gonna.
No, I'm just saying he's much smaller. I mean, but he's still out there being the champion.
Well, apparently.
Oh, okay.
It's his farewell tour.
I mean, The Rock's older too, and he's still just as big. Matter of fact, he's bigger than he ever was.
It was
probably.
a very underwhelming main event.
Was
Let's
it?
just put it that way. Like, it wasn't nothing really special happened. Even
did Stone Cold show up?
yeah, so that's what I was gonna say. Like, he showed up, but just to come out and ride his 4-wheeler around and count people in the audience.
That's it.
That's it.
That's all he did.
And hit a fan.
He hit a fan. With what, the 4-wheeler?
Yeah, he was driving around the ring in the 4-wheeler.
Somebody gets a prize back and an autograph.
Yeah, he was like driving the 4-wheeler and he slammed in the barricade, and when he did, he kind of, shoulder checked a fan right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That was pretty funny. So.
It was.
Yeah.
All right.
The rest of the match, no. Austin came out and he was like, the attendance crowd, he had his card there, and then he said his thing, and he was like, the crowd was like 69,000 or something. And then he was like, I think we need a recount. So he just starts going in the ring, 1, 2, 3, and
Really?
it was
it?
dumb.
What a waste of his talent and time.
Dude, it was.
I mean, I'm like, man, you couldn't find anything else for.
Scotty Thorpe said, "Don't skip over the dude wipes, man." They had one of the matches was sponsored by Dude Wipes.
Oh, really?
And so like
That's
on the
great.
LEDs all around the ring while the match is going on, you just see Dude Wipes, Dude Wipes.
Oh, wow.
It's like, what's the next one going to be sponsored by Maxi Pads or something?
Yeah, no, little Summer's Eve.
Yeah.
Yeah, try that.
Then you had you had CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and
Hey, does CM Punk still out there?
oh yeah, man, he's back now. He's been back for a minute.
Really?
Well,
yeah.
'cause he
Well,
left-
I know he's back, but
He
I mean,
left WWE with the pipe bomb years ago.
yeah,
And then he was gone for 10 years, and he went to AEW. He burned the bridge there, and now he's back in WWE.
right,
So, anyways, apparently him and Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns had a custody battle over Paul Heyman.
okay.
That was the main event of the first night of WrestleMania.
Oh, okay. Wow. It does sound
I know you
slightly
sound so
underwhelming.
fascinated, man.
It just
but
seems underwhelming to me for
it
WrestleMania.
really was, man. Like
I mean, I don't want to hate,
the
but
one, no. Like I didn't. There weren't any big. There weren't any big surprise celebrity like.
yeah. See, I
shocking
think
things.
it must be that, because of when my boys were watching the things that were going on, when we went to the one in New Orleans where The Undertaker, what was it? Did he come out of retirement? Did he retire? What was it?
I think he got. Well, that was when the streak got broke. That was Brock
Yeah,
Lesnar.
that's it.
Yeah. When the streak got
Yeah, so when the streak was broken and everybody was, The Rock was there, John Cena was there, everybody who was anybody showed up.
Right.
And it was just a star-studded event that was just insanity.
Yeah.
And the matches were all great. But that just sounds, and maybe just because I don't have the benefit of watching it.
No, I mean you're absolutely right. Like
Yeah.
it was for a WrestleMania event. I wasn't all that impressed.
No.
It didn't leave me, sitting there going, "Oh my!" Like I didn't come in today. And
I
go,
will
oh
tell-
my God, Patrick, you missed it.
I
Like,
know. I when I watched when WWE came to Netflix, and I watched that first rollout of it,
Yeah.
which was good. But I noted then, and you validated for me just earlier that, man, they take so long between matches now. And I understand you want to sell the story, but I'm like, Jesus, man,
Right.
you guys are really milking this a lot.
Absolutely. The production side of it, yeah.
Yeah.
And like I mean, don't get me wrong. Like it
No,
was
they do
great
great.
matches. It was, it just wasn't. It didn't feel like a WrestleMania to me.
I got you.
But yeah, that's what happened. It was good fun.
All right. Well, let me make mention then of Fitz Auto, man. Listen, you're crazy. You're driving around in that hunk of junk. You've been driving on those Maypop wheels. The one window doesn't work. The stereo has one channel. What are you doing? It's time to come on. Your kid's embarrassed. You can't even drop him off at school. You don't have matching wheels anymore.
Have you been following me?
I have. Go over to Fitz Auto, 8421 Stagecoach Road in Little Rock, or, just go to fitzauto.com. You don't have to have a hoopty anymore. Now, I know you're saying, oh, but I got difficult credit. Yeah, they're their own bank. They make their own call, and they work with people with those kind of credit issues. So go over to Fitz Auto. Again, it's 8421 Stagecoach Road or Fitz Auto in Little Rock. Let's see what I want to start with today because we need to take a quick break.
What you got on tap?
Well, you know what? I'll tell you, I've got some songs today, some new ones. And here, I'm just going to drop this one in here for now. And then we'll be back in a minute or two, I guess.
If you come down to Little Rock, you can be romanced by her charm. But just because she knocks, don't mean she won't do you harm. It's all about who you know and who knows you. I believe Becky Buckthorn, she found this to be true. Becky came from LA, was a fashion buyer, started tending to her neighbor's business. Now Becky's on a missing flyer, cops found not a single witness. Hadn't been here that long at all, barely since just last Christmas. Becky shouldn't have made that call. they figure she was working by an open window. Guess she didn't like their point of view. She heard them carrying on with oh so-and-so. And what did Becky from L.A. do? In her 40s and all of 5'5", out the front door and marched across the lawn. People say her mouth fired line drives as she insisted that you were wrong. Becky came from L.A., was a fashion buyer, started tending to her neighbor's business. Now Becky's on a missing flyer. Cops found not a single witness. Hadn't been here that long at all, barely since just last Christmas. Becky shouldn't have made that call. All you Becky's, listen up. Hey! They know she came back in the house, tried to get the sheriff on the phone. But by the time someone answered, only heard a single groan. Becky came from L.A., was a fashion buyer, started tending to her neighbor's business. Now Becky's on a missing flyer. Cops found not a single witness. Hadn't been here that long at all, barely since just last Christmas. Becky shouldn't have made that call. If you come down to Little Rock, you can be romanced by her charm. But just because she knocks, don't mean she won't do you harm.
All right, we are back. Yeah, Becky got murked.
Yeah.
That's what happened to Becky. Hey, let me mention this too. Man, really thankful to David Lindsay. Now, you've met David. He's been on the show a few times. You may remember he is the champion long-range shooter in the
Right.
United States, and he brought his giant, rifle in here. So you may remember him from that.
You got to see his giant rifle. Huh?
Hey, man, easy player, easy now. No, what I will tell you, you may not know or remember about him is he's also the service manager for Cabot Mechanical HVAC. And, man, he really helped us out on our fundraiser for the blocks, and I'm really thankful for it. Look, I'll tell the story real quickly that when we bought our house in North Little Rock, we don't live there now, but when we bought it, they said they put a new air conditioner in, and on the outside they did, but not the inside. And there's two different parts to the unit. Unfortunately, I learned that the hard way. So we had a problem at 6 months, and I'm like, oh no. And so I called an HVAC person. They came out and told me, hey man, you're probably going to need a new system. It's going to be, $6,000-8,000.
I never knew that. There's two parts to it.
Yeah, there are.
Today's years old.
Yeah. And so I was like, oh my God. So I called for a second opinion. I called Cabot Mechanical.
Right.
And David came out and he looked at it and he goes, no, man, it's a $200 part. We can get this going. We can make it work.
Nice.
Fine. And so he saved me multiple $1,000s. And so from that moment forward, I said, bro, you are my guy.
Right.
You are my HVAC guy till I go. You know what I mean? So I encourage you to give him a call. You can reach him at cabotmechanical@gmail.com, or you can call him at 944-5776. It's 944-5776. And lots of stuff to talk about today, so let's get to some of the meat of some interesting things that have been happening. Let's start right here. This seems like the appropriate place for Monday. Let's go to Italy. Italy has unveiled its first sex room for prisoners. Yeah, that's pretty exciting, isn't it? I mean, can you imagine that? After a court ruling said those locked up have a right to intimate meetings. The consummating chamber was christened on Friday in a pioneering prison in the city of Temi, That's in Umbria, if you need to know. When an inmate's female partner was permitted to come in, the erotic experiment so successful, the jail is planning now more conjugal visits. We can say that a sort of experiment went well, and in the next few days there will be other meetings. That's Giuseppe. He's the ombudsman for prisoner rights.
Who says chivalry isn't dead or is dead?
Yeah. Said we're happy because everything went smoothly, but it's necessary to maintain the maximum privacy to protect the people involved. The ruling stated that jailbirds should have the right to intimate rendezvous with spouses or long-term partners without prison guards keeping an eye on them. It also detailed the pair must have access to a room that stays unlocked with a bed and toilet for up to 2 hours. Step one is, I don't know how it works there, but I can only imagine, let's say you were going to do that here. Are they not going to have that female cavity searched by a guard before conjugal visit? Because
Right,
if
for
you're going to
real.
be able to go in there by yourself, no guards present, I mean, the first thing I'm going to do is turn that into a sleeve of goodies I'm bringing. I'm going to start laying eggs when I get in there, and
take
all
over
the
the
stuff's,
market? Yeah.
stuff's coming out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so I would think they have to either go through an X-ray or
Something would
yeah,
make
it's got to have
sense.
something, right?
I mean,
Otherwise,
there's just so
you're-
many.
These guards are about to be killed otherwise. So. But I will say it probably does make the guys a little more docile.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, you know,
they've
well,
got to calm them down some.
Yeah, a
but
little bit. It must. I mean, it has to.
I'm just waiting for the, oh, come on, it's just a nice romantic candlelit dinner in jail, I
Yeah.
can score us some cheeseburgers from the guy who keeps him warm and put them in his pants.
Yeah, that's what
some
was his
pants
name
burgers.
from? What was that? The Longest Yard. That
Yeah.
was Terry Crews.
Yeah.
I got the burgers that'll make you. I can't remember what
Want the
he said.
McNuggets?
It is so funny. That's such a great character
I
role
mean,
for him, man.
go prison, go whatever. But like,
Yeah, what do you think? Do you think that you should be able to have conjugal visits if you're in prison?
I mean, don't we? Aren't they allowed conjugal visits?
No.
over here. No.
Most of the time, no.
Oh, okay.
It's mostly no.
It's mostly no. I've never
Almost
been to
never.
prison, so
I would
you
say
know.
almost never. I don't know when conjugal visits are acceptable in prison. I think it's the exception, not the rule.
Yeah.
Do you think if more inmates were allowed to get it in, that they would?
I mean, I would think so. I would think that it'd help calm things down in some aspect, maybe. But
It would seem like you'd have a much better carrot to hold over their head.
right,
It would seem like
that-
you gotta
that-
listen. I saw Jenny.
guys will do a lot of things.
I saw-
they'll do just about anything
Listen.
for.
Listen, inmate Rich. I saw your girl Jenny, and look, she's probably pretty worked up when she comes up here, right? She's probably ready for this, and if you're stuck and you can't leave because you're in trouble,
I'll fill in for you. Yeah, you got. You got my back.
our new guard Aldi, he's a pretty nice guy. He might take care of her.
Right.
Yeah, no, I'd probably straighten right on up.
yeah.
So now I don't have any gang affiliations. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good. No,
No,
contraband, you know.
nothing here, man. You can check my cell right now. Come on, I'll turn it myself. Yeah, man, I would see that as a great leverage. I don't know. Maybe it's just me on that.
Bradley says, "Me and the lovely wife are rolling on the floor about the visits."
Oh, yeah? That's good, man. That's good. Let's see what else is going on here. Oh, yeah, now let's go the opposite direction. This is weird. Public students in Burlington, Massachusetts were recently given a survey to fill out.
If they wanted a sex room or not?
Close. Some parents are pissed because it included questions that are sexually explicit. The survey was given to middle school and high school students, so students from 11 to 19. Okay, 11 years old
Yeah,
to
that's
19. Parents are mad because they were told they could opt out, but it was sent to everybody. Local parents who opted their kids out, well, they're livid. They have filed complaints with the Department of Education.
What was the survey about?
Well, all right. So the controversial survey was given, like I said, to those students, and it had questions about sexual intercourse, sexual orientation, gender identity, sexting, experiences with sexual assault, alcohol use, and more. It says, what is this? Okay, here's one from this thing.
Okay.
Sexual intercourse includes vaginal sex, which is when a penis goes inside a vagina. Anal sex, which is contact between the mouth and genitals, or oral sex. And anal sex, which is when the goes in the and use of toys or props. Have you ever had sexual intercourse? Reads the question. Then the topics.
That's a horribly worded question.
It really is. But I mean, I can understand. I mean, look, why are we talking about anal? Let's be honest. I mean, is that really something
yeah.
that we should be dropping? I mean,
To 11-year-olds? Yeah.
look,
no.
if you figure it out, whatever. But I don't want my 11, 12, 13-year-old that they got enough on their brain. Don't throw extra things in the cocktail.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah.
No, I
Yeah,
mean,
don't
listen-
add more fuel to
Listen,
that
I didn't
fire
even
that's
know that
already-
was possible till late teen.
Right.
I didn't even know that was a thing until I was a late teen, and then it was like, what? Huh?
A whole new world.
I wasn't gonna say yeah. No, it definitely was. Yeah. Anyway, that is wrong. I want you to know that is very wrong, Rich. You're very wrong for that. You're punished.
Have you
yeah.
ever been punished?
Let me transition to this. I had a good event this weekend. One of those interesting real estate things. For those of you who don't know, I'm a real estate agent, so I help people buy and sell houses. Well, somebody might not know. They may be joining and don't know. We have new people every single day.
We do have new people every
really
single day,
do.
man.
I mean,
And
we do.
all socials have been blowing up, man.
It's been
TikTok
I'm
has
so
been-
thankful. I'm so grateful to everybody involved that's helping us to, be out on social media. Rich included, Gunner, Brandon, the whole team really, and so thankful that everybody is starting to figure out, hey, we're back. I'm back.
Yeah.
And
there was a comment on TikTok from somebody in Denver. I posted one of your recent rants.
oh yeah,
And but anyways, he was up in Denver and he was like, "No way, is that Angry Patrick? I'd recognize that voice anyway."
man,
So,
that's crazy because I used to be on in Denver many years ago.
Yeah, that's-
and so that's crazy that he still remembers me from all those years.
Yeah.
back, because that was, wow, man, that was right before I went full time on the Edge.
yeah.
Did I say that? Anyway, but it was right before I went full time, and I had I was syndicated on many stations over the country, and Denver was one of my most popular cities to be in.
Small world. man.
Yeah,
That's
no, it's crazy. That is crazy, and that's very cool to hear that. But so
yeah, what happened to you with
real estate. So I often tell y'all different things that happen to with buyers when you're doing real estate, because I think that if you've never bought a house, it's good to hear kind of how things can go sometimes, right? So I've been shopping with this couple for a little bit. Super cool people, by the way. Super cool. One of them is a local attorney and his fiance, and they're both just really cool. So we had been looking for a little bit, probably for about 3 months. We probably looked at, 10 houses,
Yeah.
and found one that we liked or that they liked. And, I knew it, and I told them when I looked at it, I said, I know this inspection's going to pop a few things because there's some unfinished work here that I can observe, Well, so we had the inspection, and honestly, it was the worst inspection I've ever seen in my life.
Like
and
just
that's
poorly done or like
no
poor results?
No, the results. Literally, there was no area of the house that was not poorly rated.
Wow.
I mean, just so many different things.
Like you might as well just tear it down and start it.
No, not like that,
No, okay.
but like that whoever owns it has a lot of work left to be done that hasn't been done or hasn't been done properly. Things such as, for example, ungrounded outlets, roof damage, door issues, water leaks, broken windows. I mean, it's just one thing after another.
Wow. Okay.
It was just a whole list of things, and so.
And all things that, of course, you didn't know about up
Well,
front. It
well,
wasn't-
no, we wouldn't know that up front till you have an inspection. I mean, you might observe a few things,
Right.
So it was so overwhelming, and I told him, I said, well, here's the three options. We can tell them to kick rocks.
Right.
We're done. We can B, say, okay, we'll keep forward, but you got to mediate these things. Or C, we can meet somewhere in the middle if you feel like I still want the house, but I don't want to overwhelm them, we can ask them to do X number of things.
Right.
And those are our options. And but I did say, but I said, here's my concern. I said, whatever you want to do, I'm down to do.
Right.
Because I can't determine that for you. If
Right,
you're buying a
right.
house, you got to make that call.
Right.
But I said, here's my concern. My concern is if this is the quality of work they've done now, and we ask them to fix all these things,
How much?
what's to say that quality is going to be different?
Right.
I don't trust the situation.
Right.
And I don't trust them not to take a shortcut on you.
Right.
I said, now, again, I will support. You may know a million handymen and be like, I don't care. I got this.
Right.
But I don't recommend that. So what happened was that they talked about it, and she messaged me later that night and said, hey, do you think we could look at this house real quick tomorrow? Would that be okay? And I said, absolutely. And, man, from the moment we walked in, we knew.
Yeah.
This
that
house
the one.
was, the work was spectacular on it. It was absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Everything in the house looked amazing, smelled good, looked good, felt like a new house, even though it was a renovated house. It was so nice. And so we ditched the kit, made the other one kick rocks.
Right.
And got that one we just switched over and got that one under contract. So in less than 24 hours, we found another home and moved them
That's
into that
awesome,
before.
man.
So, but that is part of it, is understanding that sometimes not everyone works out. And it's always often to your betterment, you'll find, if you're patient.
And awesome for them that they were able to find some place, because I could only, I haven't house shopped, but I would imagine in, the day that I do house shop, I would think that'd be pretty devastating I found a house. I know I want to buy it.
Yeah.
You're obviously, you're committed at the point that you're going for an inspection.
No, you are. And you
And
pay
then-
for that. You pay for that.
Right. And then your whole entire, all right, I'm going to get this house. The inspection's going to go good, and boom, it all just falls out underneath you.
No, it can be disheartening. I feel like in our case, I coached them beforehand that there could be issues in it.
Right.
I was suspicious of it. I wasn't sure how it was going to come back, so I planted all the seeds that
To let them know, yeah.
don't get your hopes too high on this one,
Yeah.
because if they're not willing to mediate everything,
They already, they're trying to
then-
get out of it.
Yeah, and so I was like, look, it's so bad. They've got two choices: either change the listing to as is,
Right.
which precludes financing in normal types, or fix a majority of the items that are problematic,
Right.
and be able to finance it through normal finance.
Yeah.
So that
And I don't see that, because my first question is you had already said, these were things that you didn't know about. You knew some things were wrong just
Yeah.
by observing.
Yeah.
But then after the inspection, you found all these problems
right,
because
because-
of the inspection.
Yeah, because the inspector, you have to understand, for example, one of the things he cited was,
Yeah, what's their skin in the game?
well, they work for the buyer.
Okay.
You pay the inspector to work for you, and they go through and they catalog every single thing in the home. I mean, there's nothing that they don't do.
Gotcha, okay.
Except for non-permanent appliances, so refrigerators. They don't
Okay,
do
they don't care,
deep
yeah.
freezes. They don't care about that.
Gotcha.
Everything else. So, for example, some of the things that you might not think of and you can't see are, okay, so in this case, the inspector said, yeah, insulation was pretty good except for the front part of the house where there's none in the walls of the living room.
Oh.
Well, that's pretty huge.
Yeah, that's a big
when it comes
area.
to your energy.
Yeah.
And you spend an abundance of time where? In the living room.
Right.
Right? So if you don't have insulation,
It's gonna be-
it's going to be problematic, and it's going to temp out different than the rest of the house.
Right.
The other thing was, another one is, wanted to test the water heater, but guess what? The water's not on. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah.
There were so many different things that you wouldn't know or see,
Right.
just from a casual walkthrough. And that's where,
Well,
the rubber
that's
meets the
where I'm
road.
saying it seems like it'd be, you got 2 out of 3 strikes there, because all that came up. And again, so this is already stuff that came after the observation that the inspector saw.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows what's still hiding when you dive in to start repairing all those items that
Well,
the inspector couldn't see.
and again, if you're going to rely on them to do it,
Right.
based on
They've
what you see
already
now,
fumbled the ball.
yeah,
obviously.
I mean, I don't know that I can.
Yeah.
And that's what I said. I just don't know that I could feel good about it.
That's awesome, though, man. Like, good. I'm glad it worked out well for
Yeah,
you
no, it
and
did.
for them.
It did. And by the way, thank you to all those. I had several people this weekend reach out to me from Facebook, and appreciate it. Glad to be helping you guys. You can always contact me on Facebook if you don't know another way. You can also just call me 575 5485 575 5485. That's my cell number, and you can reach me there anytime pertaining to buying a home, selling a home, buying land, selling land. It doesn't matter. I can help. All right. So as you can hear, maybe you can or can't hear. I don't know if you can hear the
I'm still half
the
deaf. I
equipment.
can hear. I think they can
firing
hear.
up. Okay. So I figure that's a good time to take a quick break. So let me just light this song up first. Well, let me tell you what I got coming later. I want to tease it because I don't want to play it too early. I want to play it later in the morning when, I'm safely away from any possible child's ears.
Okay.
But, we did the Elon Musk song, right?
Right.
I felt kind of guilty over the weekend about it, not because I didn't love it, but because I was like, I feel like if I just do one side of the equation, I'm not being
Fair.
fair. And so I had to write a response
Okay.
to
To
Elon
your okay.
from AOC.
Okay.
The Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who is a political figure on the
This'll be
left,
great.
and she's being in talks right now as far as a presidential candidate. She's super young, she's super left,
Oh, yeah.
and so I had to do a response rap from her to Elon, and it's brutal. It's brutal, bro. It's brutal. It's brutal. So I have to play it later. But for now, let me set this table. So this is just one of those moments yesterday. I don't know. I'd gotten done with all my real estate stuff, and it was probably like, I don't know, 7:30. And my wife said, "Hey, I'm going to run to the store."
Okay.
And so I was going to be home for 40 minutes, and I was bored with anything on TV, and I don't know. I was.
Patrick unsupervised
Right,
and bored. This
right.
is a great combination.
No. I for some reason I don't even know why I thought
You
I
didn't
was
start
thinking
taking
about
out another starter or anything.
Yeah, no. I went and got one of those conjugal rooms. And,
Yeah,
no.
right.
My dad came across my mind. He died several years ago.
Oh, man.
And so I wanted to. I don't know. And just in that moment, I was by myself, and I said, "Man, you know what? It was a fleeting thought that lasted about 30 seconds, but
Yeah, but
it's still
enough to write a
it's still
song.
potent,
Right,
when
right.
you have that feeling. I said,
Absolutely.
"Man, I'm going to write a song about my dad because I do miss him. I still miss him, after all these years.
Absolutely,
I
man.
mean, I think anybody that had that kind of relationship probably would.
Right.
And so, this is what it spit out. So here we go.
Let's check it out.
Yeah.
I've been trying like hell to catch my bearings, just looking at the wall and into nowhere staring. Everything, it just feels so dark. Every single noise, even my dog's bark, has me feeling all restless in my heart. Who can I talk to when it all comes apart? It's been 15 years since the day you died. I still talk to you, I still confide, but Dad, I wish I could hear you tonight. Just once telling me how to find a bright side. I don't sleep well, wonder if you did. Is this just what it feels like with a wife and 2 kids? Have I done enough? Will I ever know? Were these things on your mind before you had to go? It's been 15 years since the day you died, I still talk to you. I still confide, but Dad, I wish I could hear you tonight. Just once telling me how to find a bright side. Sometimes I dream and you're there, but when I wake up your voice isn't in the air. It's hard to know if my north is true. Dad, you were the only, you were the only, you were the only compass that I knew. In 15 years since the day you died, I still talk to you. I still confide, but Dad, I wish I could hear you tonight. Just once telling me how to find a bright side. I miss you, Dad.
What now?
I was saying, Tommy McElroy says inspections are great and been a joy working with Patrick.
Oh, thank you, Tommy, man. Yeah, Tommy's awesome. I've known Tommy for many, many years. He is an audio visual engineer. He's brilliant.
Oh, nice.
He's amazing, man. If you need something hooked up, audio visual for your company or for your home, and you want to do it the right way professionally,
Yeah.
that's what Tommy does. They're actually awesome. They've been around a long time doing it, but another as a matter of fact, Matt,
Yeah.
our Bigfoot hunter, Matt,
Yeah.
him and his amazing lady Talina
Okay.
are buying a home through me, and it's Tommy's home they're buying.
Oh,
So
that's
I happen to know the seller and the buyer in this case, so it worked out well. And
Just a match made in heaven.
man, it's an awesome house. Actually, it's really cool.
Wendy commented a little earlier, if I can talk, a little earlier when we were talking about the conjugal visit. She said, by the way, inmate Rich would cancel his conjugal visit to take a nap.
That's brutal, bro. Are you that much of a napper?
Probably true, though. Well, remember, there was that date that I had forever ago that I canceled because I wanted to take a
You
nap.
did cancel a date for a nap.
Yeah, dude, hey, them naps, man. They
Man, I mean, you do like sleep, don't you?
I got to fit it in where I can.
I hear you, man. All right. That's,
It's, yeah.
wow. Yeah, I forgot about the date you canceled. Yeah, no, that's probably
So
true,
now
Wendy.
we got the date that I canceled because of the nap.
You got
We
the Hufflepuff killer.
The Hufflepuff killer, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we're starting to see a pattern as to
No,
why I'm
there is.
single.
You said Wendy might come in Thursday?
She said that. She said she was going to be home Thursday. Or
That'd be
something.
great
She
to
might
have her
want
in.
to pop into the show.
Wendy is our resident over-the-road driver, and she gives us reports regularly. It's always good to hear from her, and she has a lot of fun stories when she comes in.
Especially about me.
Yeah, especially about you. All right, let's talk about the future here. Things that make you feel like, hey,
What up, Luke?
we're there. Bioengineering lab in Argentina has announced the arrival of its first super horses.
This is a perfect time. Luke just popped in and said, "What's up, everybody?" And here you are talking about super horses.
Well, there you go. You see what I mean?
now we can have a super emotional support.
That's
horse.
right. That's right.
This
No,
is never gonna die.
These are genetically modified animals. They modified the DNA and hope to transform the world of high-performance animals used in racing and polo.
Oh.
So it's the name of the company is Kirin Biotech. They're in South America, and they want to produce the most elite horses in the world by handpicking the best traits of a horse genome and then passing them on to new foals. So they've confirmed the first 5 genetically modified horses under its stable arrived in December. The foals were created using the CRISPR gene editing technique. So that allows you to go in and mutate the genetic code on that gene so that it's born with the traits that you want it to be. Yeah. So what did they change? The amount and quality of muscle. Faster, more powerful horses. See, this is how Jurassic Park starts.
Dude.
Right here. This is that shit.
You were just, like, And wasn't it just the other day we were talking about him bringing back the dire wolf and like
Yeah,
this is becoming a little bit.
It is
you're
getting a
starting
little
to
weird,
throw
isn't
through
it?
The line here.
Yeah, you got the dire wolf. They're bringing back. They're bringing back the woolly mammoth.
Yeah.
They already made woolly hamsters.
Look.
Or woolly mice. They were woolly mice.
And did they teach them to drive cars too?
They did.
That
Well,
was-
not
that was
those.
the-
They did teach
That
other
was the
mice
other
to drive
set.
cars.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was trying to check.
But still,
Trying to
they're
keep
all
up
of a
with
sudden
them.
you're genetically modifying animals. I mean,
This is what's going to be the end of the world.
this is what we're going to do to ourselves.
Yeah.
They're going to listen. I heard.
This is the hill we're all going to die on.
Listen, the one I'll tell you, the hill I would die on this one is I saw him talking about maybe trying to bring back the saber-toothed tiger, and I'm like, are you insane?
Dude, no.
What are you talking about? What predator is there of that? I mean, there's no predator for that.
Tactical turkey, maybe.
Yeah, that's the only
That's
predator.
the
I mean, you get the saber-toothed tigers, what's going to beat it? Nothing. Not even a grizzly
dude,
bear beats a saber-toothed tiger. Come on, man. That's
Yeah.
insane. It's like going, maybe it'd be all right to bring the raptors back. It'd be cool.
Yeah,
right?
it'd be,
I mean, we can keep them contained, right? Electric fence, they'll never go out.
Yeah, it would work out fine. The T-Rex, man. It's,
All right, so how about this one? In a bold and somewhat cryptic statement that's turned heads and raised eyebrows, White House tech chief Michael Kratsios claimed the U.S. has cutting-edge technology capable of manipulating time and space.
Oh.
Did you hear that?
Oh.
They said
not
they
hear
have
that, but-
technology capable of manipulating time and space. Now, he's the director of the White House Office of Science and Tech. He was making a keynote speech in Austin, Texas. It says, we seem to have lost focus and vision, to have lowered our sights and let systems and structures and bureaucracies muddle us. But we are capable of much more. Our technologies permit us to manipulate time and space. They leave distance violated, cause things to grow, and improve productivity. What does he mean we can manipulate time and space?
Right.
That's a pretty powerful statement. Now, Trump said last week, we have weaponry nobody has any idea what it is, and it's the most powerful in the world, not even close. Now, that's a very Trump
Well,
thing
look,
to
I've
say.
heard that said before.
I mean, yeah, that's the,
any new
big,
technology,
beautiful nuclear weapons, beautiful weapons.
right? Any technology that is new and makes it down to our level as citizens
Yeah,
has been in existence
for a long
forever.
time. No, that's true.
Just they've figured out everything they
No,
want to do with
they've
it.
milked all they can out of it, and now they can commercialize it.
Right, exactly.
No,
Make money
that's-
off of it. So
that's exactly right.
It doesn't surprise me to hear, but again, I don't know if you've ever heard of timeline jumping, and of course you've heard of the Mandela effect and all that. That does kind of shed.
I mean,
some
I've
light.
heard of that. I've heard of all that. I mean, I've watched a gazillion time travel movies. I mean, I shouldn't say who's not interested in that. Some people, my wife
But, I mean,
hates
you've never-
sci-fi.
The Mandela effect. You've never
Yeah,
had
that's-
something that you remember one way, and all of a
yeah.
sudden it's
Yeah, there are several things in history that lots of people, they call it the Mandela effect, remember,
Right.
but it's not existent anymore.
right, or yeah,
You can't find it. It doesn't exist in that
but you
right
sort-
way.
right, yeah.
But everybody remembered it that way, right?
And now, right, exactly. And now all of a sudden we have the ability to control.
To bend space and time. So
I mean,
if
I'm
you're
just
bending
saying.
space and time, that can
Things are
only
gonna
mean
change.
time
Didn't
travel.
you watch Back to the Future?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, isn't that all that could mean is time travel? If you can bend space and time,
Well, yeah, but if you go and change something,
what else
it
could you
changes
do
the
other
whole-
than time travel with bending space and time, though? I'm not scientifically astute enough to
I mean,
know
I'm
the
not
answer.
either. I guess
I could ask ChatGPT if I could bend space and time. What can I do?
Let's see.
Yeah, ask ChatGPT that
gonna
question.
grok
See what they say. Grok it. See what they say. Yeah, Grok, Grok.
Yeah.
If I could bend space and time, what could I do? That's what I want to know. What all could you do with
What
that?
could I do? Here
Yeah.
we go. Let's see.
Very exciting.
It is, man. It's spitting out a whole thing here.
Okay, well-
So, bending space and time would grant you extraordinary abilities,
Okay.
limited only by the laws of physics.
Okay.
Or your imagination if we're ignoring the laws of physics.
Well, we're not going to ignore that.
Okay, so here's a rundown of what you could do. Instantaneous travel. You could warp space to create shortcuts like wormholes between distant points.
Okay, so you could use it possibly to travel to a distant galaxy.
Yeah, you visit Mars, another galaxy,
Okay.
the other side of Earth in
Yeah.
a blink.
No, opening up wormholes sounds not dangerous at all.
Right. Time travel. You can manipulate time to revisit the past or jump to the future, witness historical events, fix personal mistakes, or see how humanity evolves. You could also slow or pause time to think or act faster than anyone else. You could alter reality, reshape space to change environments, turn a desert into an ocean, rearrange cities, create pocket dimensions, bend time to age or de-age objects or people, heal wounds instantly, preserve things indefinitely. So you're talking, you can change a whole entire...
Yeah, I guess all of that makes sense to some extent. Now, the question is, okay, so you can bend space and time, but how much can you bend it? In other words, can you bend it enough to view it through a lens? Can you bend it enough to go through the door, through the portal, to the other side?
I mean, how are we ever going to... You know, it's not like they're going to tell us.
All right, so let me ask you this dumbass question. If you could pick any point in time in history, any point in time in history that you would go back,
Yeah.
what would it be?
I don't know, man. Like, it used to be... Like, if somebody asked me that, I'd probably say, like, the 60s.
Yeah.
The 50s and 60s. I've just, I grew up with that kind of as an influence. My dad was always, he loved Happy Days. He loved,
Yeah.
Elvis and like that time frame
Yeah.
and kind of music.
That kind
but-
of innocent, so to speak.
Yeah.
It wasn't, but he kind of, in a
Right,
way,
but
yeah.
see, that's the thing is like that has always been my go-to answer.
Okay.
But then, later on in life, like you said, and you just said it perfectly, that innocent time, but it really wasn't.
Right.
And that's what I've kind of found out is like,
I
it
think
really
we all have.
wasn't.
It really
And then
wasn't so innocent. Yeah.
And then I kind of look back and I go, well, then why would I want to go back?
Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to show up in that time because you're going to see shit that in today's lens, you're
Right,
like, hey,
that I'd be
man, I'll
like-
kill you.
Right,
I will
exactly.
kill you right now. I will murk you on the spot if you touch that dude one more time.
Exactly.
Yeah, no.
Exactly.
Yeah, I would kill people if I went back to
And
that
then
time.
I'd be in jail. And
Yeah,
then
then that would
then
change
they'd
everything
take my
for real.
time machine, and then
Yeah,
yeah.
no, it's it. Yeah.
So I don't know that I'd probably go to the
All right.
future, maybe.
All right. So if you went to the future, how far ahead would you try to go? Would you want to go 50 years, 100 years, 200, 1,000? What?
Oh man.
You go 1,000, might be blackness. Who
Right,
knows?
it may come out to nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, so-
I'd probably go ahead like 50 to 60, maybe.
Yeah, you think so?
I mean, that'd be
That's a pretty good run.
I'm gonna be approaching. I'm gonna be
See,
hitting
I-
39 here soon.
Let's
so
see. I'd have to probably go
60 years.
I,
would be
I might
90.
go 50 and hope that my boys might still be alive.
Yeah.
So I could see
So
them
you
in
can
old
see
age.
them as an adult.
Yeah, as an old guy, maybe pop by and go, hey, what up?
Right.
Recognize me, bitch? I'm younger than you right now. How can that be? How can I be younger than you? I still look the same, buddy.
You want to go Zac Efron?
Yeah. Actually, I think if I could go back in time, I would just keep going back to Monday. So I could go over to Stone's Throw Brewing and get a $5 crowler.
Oh, that was a great, yeah, man.
You like that?
That
was pretty
beautiful.
smooth, wasn't it?
Seriously, you need a.
Hey, I
That was
appreciate you.
great. You wrapped that up nice with it.
Yeah, man. I'd go over to Stone's Throw and get that $5 crowler because 14 beers. See, I could try one every time I go. They got 14 different draft beers. You can pick from any of them. There's no exceptions like the other breweries have. And if you've never been to Stone's Throw, you can go over there, 402 East 9th Street. They got a patio, beer garden. They got the hangout inside. They got food. They got everything, man. And Theron's good people. Look, he quit being a commercial airline pilot to be a beer guy because he loved beer so much. That tells you his level of passion, and it shows up in his brews. So go get you some of that.
That was that man. It's almost like you've done this rodeo once or twice.
Man, I don't
before,
know,
man.
maybe once or twice before, man.
Dad's After Dark said, if y'all want to bring something back, let's bring back Tommy Robinson and his policies and procedures.
Tommy Robinson was a wild man, bro. That dude, I remember he chained inmates up, handcuffed them like to a water tower at one point. He had a tent village. that all the inmates lived in. I mean, that dude was wild, bro. He did not play, and he didn't give a damn what anybody thought about it.
Dang.
He was the hardest core sheriff I've ever seen in my life. You know, and I mean, he was something, man. That guy was always in the news. He definitely got a lot of attention. He created a lot of controversy in his style, that's for sure. But man, I think he was sheriff a long ass time, though. I mean,
Yeah.
people.
Local, I guess I take it.
Yeah. No, he was local. Yeah. But people liked him. Now, some people hated him, but a lot of people did like him too. And but he was just man. Yeah, he was that guy. He did a lot of. Criminals didn't mess around with him. He didn't play.
Yeah.
It was a disincentive to go to jail. I promise you. You know.
We were talking a minute ago about, stretching space and time. And
Yeah.
a few comments, little doggy had said you can travel great distances in less time instantaneously. And then he said, this is the stuff my friends and I talked about growing up around the weed circle.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. I think that Sci-Fi Central was, the 60s through the 80s was when everybody was just, all the science things, everybody was talking
going
about
crazy.
it. Yeah, and you had all these movies about all the different things. You get The Fly with Jeff Goldblum turn into a fly because he was, trying to develop a way to transport himself. All these different crazy sci-fi movies that came out, and a lot of them are still loved.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, truly, or became something even more.
E.T. is still talked about to this day.
E.T. is still a baller movie. I mean, look,
Little
E.T.
doggy
was
also
dope.
said, look for the jet drone footage Lockheed Martin released in the 70s. He said they're 30 years more advanced than what they showed.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, you are going to see in the next decade, I swear to God, the Iron Man suit, more or less. You're
Yeah.
going to see people, I mean, they're making versions of it now, but you're going to see it in use in the next decade. Now, it'll probably start with soldiers and the richest of the rich.
Right.
And well, now,
Maybe Tommy Robinson will come
my
back
question
in
is,
the Iron Man suit.
right? My question is, when this happens, how long before someone becomes a supervillain?
Right.
Because
It's only a matter of
It is a
time.
matter
I mean,
of
you
time.
gotta-
Not every rich person's a good guy.
Right.
You have to know that, right?
So
not
we're
every
gonna
rich
have real
person's a
life,
good guy.
Superman and Batman.
Well, I don't know about Superman, but Iron Man, Batman,
Iron
that
Man,
kind of
yeah.
thing, it could spring up.
Spider-Man.
All right, well, let's dig deeper into this science world. Here's something no one saw coming, or if they did, they didn't remember it. Recent advancements in neuroscience are bringing the concept of dampening traumatic memories close to reality.
Okay.
You might remember the movie,
I
which
was just about to say that was a
Eternal
movie.
Sunshine of the Spotless
Great
Mind.
movie, by the way, man.
Phenomenal. One of the best Jim Carrey movies you will
Absolutely.
ever see in your life.
And a surprise role for him too.
It
man. Like,
was.
that was such a
Man, it was a very different kind of a dramatic departure from what he normally did. But
Yeah.
if you have not seen that movie and you like sci-fi at all, it is one of the most amazing movies. So while completely erasing memories is still fiction, researchers are using techniques that reduce the emotional impact of painful memories, offering relief for people with PTSD and severe depression. According to Dr. Jonathan Razzulli, he's a neurosurgeon at Northwell Staten Island University Hospital, said there are at least 3 different methods that look promising, using magnetic fields to stimulate specific areas of the brain, implanting electrodes into those areas, and the use of high blood pressure medicine, propranolol. Not everyone in the scientific field is a fan, but wiping out bad memories could be something that really could happen. So the question, and they go through, they do break down what these things are. One of them, the name of it is transcranial magnetic stimulation, or TMS. The other is deep brain stimulation, DBS. And then propranolol, and I'm saying that wrong, propranolol therapy. So do you think, is it a good idea to wipe out
memories.
bad memories, traumatic memories? Is that a good idea or a bad idea?
I mean,
if it could be done.
I could see where I guess it could be like beneficial and things, but then on the other hand, like Okay, you got rid of your PTSD. Now you're just a pothead.
Well, the thing is, I don't know. I mean, I guess, if you had been a victim of a very traumatic crime,
I mean, that's, yeah.
a rape, for example, if you had witnessed something, maybe you were a soldier,
Right.
and in war actually, and
Right.
saw horrific things, and I guess I could understand that, but also what replaces that? I mean,
Right.
because everything about you,
It can't just go away.
well, everything about you is predicated by what your experiences are in life, right?
Right.
So if you eliminate some of these experiences from your memory, how do you right that ship? I mean, it seems like you've got maybe a void there that has to be accounted for, and I don't know if that void would feel any better than would I be haunted by what I don't know now?
I mean, I don't know.
What is it I did forget? I don't know what I forgot. Why do I feel this way? I forgot something important.
You
I mean,
erased a core memory, man.
Yeah, I don't know if that.
I would think that I would honestly think, I mean, with the brain being the way it is, it just fill it in with something else. I mean, honestly, that's what our brains are. Everybody said that our brains are.
So then you'd be implanting something. That's like Total Recall.
Well, you could.
Where you get a vacation implanted in your head.
I mean, but who says that it's implanted? Maybe your brain just fills it in.
Oh,
with
you mean
something
maybe
else.
the brain just
Right.
naturally
It just naturally
pops
right.
something in there for you
Maybe it'll throw something else in
to
there
fix that
you know?
timeline.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it remembers it a different way, or it'll fill in a different memory from the day, or
and
whatever.
it is interesting too because you talked about the Mandela effect, but also, if I stop, my wife and I have different. Like I remember an abundance of childhood memories. I mean, like
See, I don't.
down to 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah.
And I can vividly remember things from that age forward. There's lots of things I don't remember.
Right.
My wife has very little memory of her, pre-adolescent years.
Yeah. I hardly remember what I did last week. So
It's a lot of weed there, bro. Ease up on that. That new shit's real, man. It's not a joke, buddy. You got fewer puffs, man. Fewer puffs will get you there. No, do you have? Do you really not remember a lot of childhood stuff, or what?
no, I mean I remember big things. I remember when I got my Power Wheels Jeep. When I was
Okay.
4 or 5 years old.
Okay, that's a big thing.
I
yeah.
remember, but I also remember that because I've seen photos of it.
Right. So some of it's
I don't
implanted.
remember the feeling as much as I just remember. Oh, this was a picture of me sitting on my
I got
grandparents'
you.
porch.
I got you. Okay.
Um,
And I wonder how much we Mandela affect ourselves
Right,
at times. In
right.
other words, we misremember something as children, and it changes, it morphs through time in your memory and
It
becomes
changes
something
to-
completely different.
yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that. I remember little trips and things. Family vacations and
Yeah.
yeah. But I don't remember any
Specific things.
Yeah, I don't remember specific details or hey on.
I don't know
whatever,
why I do.
April whatever of 1992, what I was doing.
No, I couldn't tell you dates, but I could tell you very specific things or events or, things I remember very clearly.
Right.
And now some of them were traumatic. I've told this story once before, but, my my parents weren't exactly bubble center.
Yeah.
Growing up, they had lots of things going on, like a lot of people do. I shouldn't. It's just
No,
life.
but I get what
okay,
you're
it's
saying. I mean,
life.
that was a
It's
different-
life. It's life. But it was a different era.
Back when you were a child, for both your parents to be extremely busy wasn't something that was.
Well, they were both. They were just. There was.
like you said, a different time.
They had problems.
Right,
All right, they had their
right,
own
right.
kind of problems. You know what I mean? And my parents were very involved in AA and Al-Anon.
Mm-hmm.
My dad in AA, my mom in Al-Anon, and I was shoved in Alateen. And so, true story, man. A lot of things happened there. I did lots of things I shouldn't have. I think I got my first kiss there. Yeah, Pam was her name. I was all excited about that. But anyway, I digress. So my dad had a guy he knew, a friend of his, quote unquote, who had gotten sober, but he was still, in my mind, clinically insane.
Okay.
You know, and his name was Jimmy.
Okay.
And we went over to Jimmy's house, and I remember that he had the little boy peeing statue thing.
Oh,
you put
okay.
water in it, it looked like a statue, but when you push the button, it would pee. Pedo. That sounds real pedo right
For
now.
real.
But that is something they had back then, right? And I was like, oh, that's funny. You can make it pee, right? But I guess he
Of course, you would think it was funny.
yeah, it was funny to me. But he cooked up a scheme with my dad. I guess they thought it would be funny. And you understand, I'm 5 years old, man.
Okay.
I mean, 5 is a pretty,
Impressionable age.
I would say you're
You're starting to lay the foundation down for.
yeah. So they thought it would be funny if Jimmy chased me with a shotgun and told me he was going to shoot me.
Oh no.
And he literally chased me through the house, outside, around the house. I was crying, screaming. I thought
You thought
I
you
was
were
going to
gonna die,
die.
right.
I did. I literally thought I was going to die.
Oh no, that's just
You know,
mean.
yeah, it was mean, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I look back at it, I'm like, man, what were you thinking? Now I know that, it was just stupidity.
Right.
I would
but
never
still.
do something like that.
Right.
But I'm
But
like,
at 5 years old, your
man,
whole 5 years of life is.
yeah. But I,
Thinking you're never gonna see Big Bird again, man.
yeah, I also got bit by a horse that year, feeding it. Then we had a horse at a fence in the backyard on the other side of my house. Somebody had a horse.
I mean,
and-
did they do? You were just feeding it. Nobody
well,
did
my,
anything to like
no,
make it
my,
bite?
my mom we'd go over there and feed it apples.
Oh, okay.
And she would keep telling me I would get too excited.
Right.
And she was trying to tell me, no, hold it like this.
Right.
You know, that the horse didn't mean, like he wasn't trying to hurt me.
Right.
But I put my hand in his mouth, and he was trying to bite down on the apple and bit down on my hand.
Oh.
And I want you to know, a horse bite fucking hurts, man.
Right. I mean, I'm sure.
I'm
it
sorry,
does,
but I can still remember that too.
Yeah.
You know, that hurt.
It was very
Yeah.
traumatizing for you. I would never make fun of somebody's trauma.
No, that's
but
that
was
in the moment it was. It's not now.
right.
But I do
You
remember
don't
it.
sit there and cry over.
No, hell no.
Horses biting you.
I think the shotgun thing was pretty traumatizing at the time, and probably for a few years after. I never liked Jimmy again.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah.
I never liked Jimmy after that. I was like, no, you keep Jimmy away from me.
That one's not funny.
No,
but, you know,
it is funny, but it's not.
Well, yeah, but the
It's
horse
not funny.
biting you, that one, hey,
Yeah.
that's what you get for being. You should have
it's-
listened, man.
No, that's how you learn. It's
Right.
like touching a stove, right? Do you remember any of those kind of things when you were a kid? Did you remember ever touching a stove or anything, doing something dumb like that hurt you?
I was gonna say, I'm sure. I don't
Man.
remember the outcome, and I don't remember, ever
I did all kinds of dumb shit, as you can imagine.
Right.
I still do, as a matter of fact. But anyway, my mom, every day, every single day of my life that I remember, took a nap from 2 to 3.
Yeah.
2 to 3 every day, right after her soap opera came on. That she watched every day from
Right.
1 to 2, and you better not bother her when she's watching it. That's the one time a day that you better not bug her. There wasn't no pause button back then.
Yeah.
You watched it live,
Right.
and that was it. And if you missed it, you missed it.
And you
okay,
let her know when
that's
the
it.
commercials were over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's when you could talk to my mom during a commercial. So she'd always told me, you can make yourself something to eat with the microwave, but don't cook anything.
Right.
Don't cook anything. Wait till I get up. And I was probably 12, and I decided, well, I can cook chicken noodle soup. That's not hard.
Okay.
Right? And so, I got the soup going. I was going to ladle it out into the bowl, and I don't know what happened, but when I ladled it, and I was bare chested,
Oh, no.
I just burned it all went on my chest. And I mean, it bubbled up something fierce. My mom was so mad.
You cooked it on the stove
First,
or the microwave?
on the stove.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no.
So not only did you...
I violated the rule, I injured myself,
Right.
and I
And-
woke her up from her nap.
Right.
This was a bad day
man,
for
you hit
me.
a
Yeah.
grand slam with that.
Yeah, no, it was definitely the trifecta.
How long
right
was it
there.
before you were able to sit down again?
No, I think she felt bad enough that I'd burned my chest so bad because
Yeah.
I had second-degree burns, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Maybe first, I don't know. It was real bad.
See, I don't think I ever did anything dangerous like that. I remember, when I was a kid, the kitchen chairs, they were like wood, and they had the back. There was like a strip behind your back, and then a
Yes.
hole,
Yes.
and then the cushion or whatever.
Yeah.
And I thought it was funny to see if my head could fit in between the bars, right up until the point that
You got stuck in
I
it?
got stuck.
Did
in
you
it.
really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They had.
How long was that?
It was a good minute.
How'd they get it off?
They had to call the fire department.
No, they
Come-
didn't.
Oh yeah, dude. Come out
They
and
couldn't-
saw the chair.
They didn't
and-
have a saw?
No, we didn't.
Your dad didn't have a damn saw? He
We
couldn't run
didn't.
that?
Dude, I was raised so city.
Oh.
Like there, like we had, yeah.
Oh, okay. No, I take
He
for
said,
granted. I
"Oh."
forget. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, yeah, because again,
We had people that
I was
came
using
and
a
mowed
saw.
our
I was
lawn
using
for
a saw
us,
at
yeah.
7.
Yeah, no.
You know, my dad would have me cutting lumber and stuff. You know what I mean? At 7, I'm using a saw. So yeah, that's the South for you, though.
Yeah.
You
yeah,
know,
no.
I mean, we learned to
I mean,
use
I
tools and weapons early.
I learned how to. I learned. Yeah, never went hunting.
No, I was never a hunter. I've never been a hunter. I respect it. I respect the culture and the passion they have for tending the land because they're very essential to land maintenance and the maintenance of deer so that you don't have a bunch of starving animals. So I'm
Right.
very grateful to our hunters. But it was never something, I watched Bambi and it freaked me out and I just never could get past it. It makes me a wussy. I get it. Listen, I was willing to kill humans in the war. I just didn't get called on to do it, fortunately. But anyway. Where was it though? So, what was I saying? Back up. Where was it?
Well, we were talking about me being raised pretty city.
Oh,
right?
yeah, yeah,
Oh,
we-
yeah.
yeah,
We
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
have a saw to cut the
Yeah,
tree.
yeah. So,
Yeah, we had to call the fire department.
yeah, my dad.
I'm freaking out,
I
like,
wasn't a
"Don't
hunter,
kill me."
but my dad loved skeet shooting.
Oh, okay.
So
I
he
never
would
did
take
that.
me and my younger brother to go skeet shoot, and that for a few years we'd do that during the summer multiple times. We'd probably go every week.
Yeah.
Or every other week during the summer for probably the time I was 11 till I was about 14.
Gotcha.
And so I learned that. I was never good at that, by the way, if you want to know. I'm not a good skeet shooter. Maybe because I didn't have
See, I'm
glasses.
not alone. Latasha has my back.
What'd she say?
She said she did the same thing, and the fire department had to cut the stairs to get her head out.
Oh, really? The
Oh,
stairs
like the
even.
bar, like the banister of the
Oh,
stair. Yeah.
right. Man.
That's a rough one.
Well, that
Yeah.
is rough. That it's more rough that nobody had a saw. I just don't understand this
Not
this
everybody
world
carries
without a saw.
around saws and shotguns and threatens kids, man.
No, it's fair enough. Fair enough. I shouldn't hold myself up as a standard for anybody, should I? That's what you're saying.
No, it was just
No, you're fair. That's correct.
Lived, like where I grew up, we were very city. I lived in a condo complex. You know, we had our little patch of grass. They came and shoveled the sidewalks. They came and mowed our grass, and
Yeah.
you know, it was a very rough life, man. Very rough.
Well, no, but you had a lot of things different. Like I don't know. Did you take a lot of public transportation?
No,
No.
no.
Okay.
I had to walk to school.
Oh, you did.
We were too close to school.
Okay.
We were too close to school for the buses to run. And my parents worked, and so they were like, you know,
Now,
like,
Michigan,
from middle school.
that's where you were?
Yeah, Michigan.
Okay.
Yeah, from like middle school on, they were like, okay, you walk to school now. And I mean, it was,
Yeah.
you know, it was a cut through the park. When I was a kid, it sucked. But you know, maybe a mile and a half.
Yeah. That's about how far I walked to school.
And that's what it was, you know.
Yeah. And
Rain,
you know what?
shine, whatever.
Yeah, no, my mom occasionally, if it was raining really hard, would take us.
Yeah.
But I walked in every kind of weather there was. I mean, practically.
I just
never
started
got
oversleeping and then being like, no, I'm not going to school
Nah,
today.
just screw it today.
Just call me
Yeah.
in sick.
Yeah, yeah. So what would you say, you know, or since you've been down here,
Yeah.
and how long has that been now, Rich?
Oh man, I mean it's off and on since 2009. I think the last time that I came back down was 2020, right? in the
So
height of
tell
Corona.
me, you know, some things that are distinctly different between here and Michigan.
Oh, culture.
Okay, but what does that mean?
Like,
I mean,
y'all-
specifically.
So the first time that I moved down here, I remember I was living I'd moved down to Hot Springs, and I'd moved into like a little trailer park thing. It was my first day. I'd moved in, unloaded my car, moved in all the stuff. I had all my other furniture on a semi truck coming down, which apparently is unheard of, like actual movers and stuff.
Right.
I mean,
No,
everybody
that's
thought
that.
I
No,
was a
no,
celebrity.
there's no moving trucks.
But yeah. They're
Yeah.
like, oh, your buddy? And I'm like, no, a semi truck is coming with my stuff. Can
know,
y'all
what?
keep the
Huh?
road clear?
What?
And they're like, who the
What are
fuck
you? Who are you,
Yeah.
man? What are you, a superstar or something?
Well, yeah.
It
so
should
like,
be a fleet of pickup trucks from, you know, Bubba and everybody.
The first day I'm standing outside on my porch and I'm smoking a cigarette, and this dude walks up to me, and he's like missing one eye.
Oh, yeah.
And he just starts.
Already an
Yeah,
interesting
dude.
conversation right there.
And he just starts, hey, man, how's it going? I'm so-and-so. And I'm like, nice to meet you. I'm Rich.
Will you
know.
keep an eye out for me?
Yeah, right?
No, I'm
And,
sorry.
no, that was a good one. That was a good.
No, it's really not.
But,
It's terrible.
Like, and he just starts telling me his whole life story, and I was like,
Oh, yeah, that's like, now welcome to Arkansas
Yeah,
for sure.
like, this
like,
was my
is there a
first
point to
day.
this, bro?
Huh?
You're like, is there a point to this,
Right.
bro?
I
No,
finally-
there's not.
No, I finally looked at him and I was like, all my stuff is on a semi truck, so I don't have any of it here. So if you're like trying to scope me out or whatever, man, like there's no point. It's gonna be at least a good week or so before all my good
Yeah,
stuff.
come on
gets
back
here.
to rob me.
Right. And that was it. And he was looking at me. He's like, "What are you talking about, man? I'm just being friendly. You're not from around here, boy." That's exactly what he said.
Yeah.
And I was like, "No, actually, I'm not. I'm from Michigan, and
Yeah.
like, just moved
And
down
you
here
didn't
today."
get your ass whooped that day.
No, and he was like,
I'm gonna tell you
"Oh,
something.
damn,
A
Yankee,"
one-eyed
and went
dude.
and walked
Yeah,
off.
no, a one-eyed dude is not someone to mess with. He's already got a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I learned that
yeah, in a
quick, though.
trailer park one-eyed dude.
Oh,
Come
yeah.
on, man, that dude is gonna kill you,
But
bro.
that was
You're
the-
like, you probably lucked out that day. He walked away and went, I should have smoked him, but I
should've-
didn't.
Right.
I should have.
He was already.
All right.
smoking.
What else was notably different?
The drivers.
Okay,
y'all-
better or worse?
Worse.
Really?
So much worse.
Really?
Well, because y'all drive slow,
Who drives slow?
dude. Everybody.
Well, some people do drive slow, don't they?
Like,
It happened again. I'm just so tired, man, of these campers in the left lane. What are you doing?
yeah, dude.
What
I had
is
one
your
that happened to
deal,
me the
man?
other day.
What are you doing?
Like,
You just
why?
think, did you hit a blinker and move over? You can do that. Why are you, what are you, holding everybody hostage here? What an asshole you are. Just move over.
Just click those. Yeah.
Yeah,
on the
anyway,
road.
go
but
ahead.
Yeah, no, same
So,
thing.
okay, so what
no,
else?
but it's like, and I've had the opposite. When I have been dating or in a relationship, like my significant other came up to Michigan with me, and that was the first thing they pointed out. Y'all are more slow paced down here.
Here?
Like, down here.
Oh, okay.
Like if you go up there, okay. Perfect example. You go up there to a mall or something,
Okay.
a big shopping center, whatever, where you
Yeah.
have to park in a garage.
Yes.
Okay. In Michigan, you don't have time to cruise through the parking garage at 2 miles an hour and look for the open spot.
Oh.
You need to be moving and looking. And
Otherwise,
grab the
people
spot.
are honking.
Otherwise, you have a line of traffic behind you.
Oh, okay. So
And
they don't
down
play
here,
around.
yeah, everybody will be like, oh, look, there's a spot. Okay, I'm gonna back in. Like,
Yeah.
And I'm meanwhile there, like, would you park? Get out of the car, please. Come on.
Right, just
we
park
have places
somewhere.
to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you say people are more in a hurry
Up
in
there,
Michigan.
in
Yeah,
Michigan,
there's
oh,
more
yeah.
sense of urgency.
Oh yeah, it's it's get out of my way. I have important things to do. That's
Do
what it
they
is.
know how to relax there?
Probably not.
No.
No.
Do they know anything about gravy?
Like, are you talking about like that chocolate gravy stuff?
Well, sausage gravy, chocolate gravy,
I mean, you have-
chicken gravy. I mean, how many gravies do you want me to name?
I was
Brown
gonna say,
gravy,
we
white
have
gravy?
but yeah, we don't do like chocolate gravy or anything.
Right,
That
but
was
you do
something
have
we do here.
gravy.
Yeah, they,
Okay.
you have biscuits
I'm
and
just
gravy.
checking.
and
I didn't
gravy
know if
on
they
mashed
have that up
potatoes
there.
and- oh yeah.
I know y'all eat a lot of cheese curd things. That's big.
Yeah, and
You like the
subs.
curds?
Subs are good up there.
Sub?
Sub sandwiches, as we call
I
them,
think we have
grinders.
plenty of them here.
Yeah, yeah.
There's
Those
like
big
18
popular things.
companies that do subs
Right.
here, so I think we're on par.
Of course, the other biggest, strangest thing to get used to was the snow
Oh,
that y'all freak out.
when we
Yeah.
get a dusting and people
Oh,
are like,
yeah.
oh my God.
The first time that I was living down here and winter came, and like I woke up in the morning, there was a dusting of snow. on the
Everything
ground.
shut down.
And yeah, and I didn't know what was going on. I ended up, because like I woke up and I was like, oh, I'm out of cigarettes. I need to run down to the gas station. Gas station's closed. Weird. Okay. Go down to the next smoke, GPS where the next smoke shop is. Closed.
Closed.
Okay.
What's
Weird.
going on?
What's going on? Right.
It's like, is
I
this-
finally stopped at a Walmart to get cigarettes. They were the only thing that was open. Nobody was in the parking lot. And I was like, is it like a state holiday or something today? And they're like, no, it snowed. And I laughed.
You laugh.
I laughed. I was like,
What? This is snow.
No, that's just somebody dumped their
You know-
cocaine outside.
Yeah,
man.
right.
Like,
That's what, yeah, that's good. That's strong. No, that's because I thought somebody just spilled a kilo.
yeah,
Shit,
man.
I
Like,
mean,
what you talking about?
yeah,
This
no,
ain't
I didn't know this was snow. This
Yeah.
looked like somebody had dandruff today.
for
I mean,
real. Like,
Yeah, no, I could see
this
that.
isn't just
I
sand
thi-
from the beach or
I
something.
think our problem is that half of Arkansans have bald ass tires. Because we just don't want to buy tires, man. It's like, man, I can still keep it going. It's still, it's not bouncing too much right now. I
Right.
can keep doing this.
yeah, you could.
Yeah, you
could
got a lot of
drive
people
on it.
running on slicks or what I call Maypops. Maypop at any time. You know what I mean? Oh,
Yeah, that was a good time. Yeah, that was the one that now I use it to my advantage.
yeah.
Because everybody knows, that I'm from Michigan that knows
Okay.
me.
So what do
And
you? How do
so-
you use it?
Well,
to your
now,
advantage?
like when we've gotten those big, 5-6 inch snow thing, events in the wintertime, and people will be like, oh, but you know how to drive in this stuff, Rich. You can still. And I'm like, no, I don't know what you're talking about, man.
No,
I've never seen snow before in my life.
I have no clue how that works.
I'm from Arkansas now. I've lived down here, since 2000 or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. That's interesting though. The differences are interesting. Now, what things do you like better here than you did there? And you better
Again,
have some.
The pace of life.
Okay.
No, for real. Like,
Yeah.
it took me something getting used to, obviously, because I was so used to that go up there.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, just the going for a leisurely drive, saying what's up to everybody.
Yeah.
Like that is one of my
Dude.
to know that I can just come across you on the street and be like, hey man, how's your day going?
Man, no doubt.
and not have somebody want to smoke me right there.
That's what I think that's what did me in with Los Angeles was the first day. I just
Yeah.
think it was the first day did me in. Because from that moment I was like, this, I don't know, man. I was so young. You know,
Right.
I was 18 and 18, 19, right around there. And man, I was walking down the sidewalk just to go to the liquor store and get cigarettes.
Yeah.
And this guy was coming the other way. And I said, hey, man, how you doing? And he
Yeah.
stopped. And I
Oh
thought,
yeah, you probably didn't take care. Yeah.
No, he said, do I know you?
Right.
And I was like, man, no. And he goes, then what the fuck are you talking to me for?
Exactly.
And I was like,
Exactly,
I
Like,
freaked the hell out. I was
That's
like,
like a challenge to the
yeah, I had no idea.
Yeah.
And then I got to, I was about to cross the street to the liquor store, and like something out of the movies, two cop cars slide up. They jump out. They go in the liquor store. 30 seconds later, someone's being knocked out the door of the liquor store, thrown on the ground, thrown in the
You
car.
think you just walked into a movie set?
And I was just like, I am not in Arkansas anymore, man. This is, I don't know what the hell is going on here, but I don't.
No longer at home.
No, this is, I clicked my heels 3 times, man. I got to get back. Get back to something I know. This ain't right.
Brad said a man in Phoenix got his eyeball ripped out by a man just for saying hi.
Yeah.
They're talking in comments. Everybody's wondering where Brandon was today.
Oh.
Brandon is feeling.
He's also sick. Maybe him and Chad hung out and got each other sick. I don't know. They've
that
both
sounds
been
weird.
sick. I'm sorry. Pause. Here, I'll give myself that one. Here, let me.
Latasha said her mom made her watch soap operas every day too. It was the time she didn't get her full attention.
What
She
was it?
said,
Was it General Hospital?
General Hospital. Yep. She said she
what about-
eventually started watching it with her.
What about One Life to Live? That was my mom's.
Oh, yeah.
No, General Hospital was the one I watched. That was hers.
I always enjoyed it.
I watched General Hospital for like 2 years as a kid. I got into it briefly,
As
and
the
then I
world turns.
realized I was a boy. No, that's wrong. I shouldn't say I'm a boy, Damon.
I started watching wrestling. Then I got
That's
an
a
excuse
soap
to.
opera. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's just a man soap
That's
opera.
what they. I mean, really.
Look, there's
like,
lots of man soap operas. Trust me,
Oh,
we're
yeah.
all watching soap operas of one
One
kind
way
or
or the
another.
other,
You
yeah.
know, it's true, man. We all love the drama. It's just what way do you like the drama?
Right.
Everybody's eating drama.
Do you need it with guns and
you-
ammo
that's
and
right.
explosions, or do you need
Do
it
you want
with
it
cheating and
with
scams?
pads and men hitting each other?
Right.
Do you want it in celebrity scandals? Do you want? How do you want your?
How do you want your
How about
drama
the
today?
political? Yeah, let's do the political
That's how
drama.
everybody should wake up from now on. We should all just have one channel, and it just it just wakes you up. Good morning, Patrick. Which drama would you like in
Yeah.
your life today?
Choose your drama.
Choose your drama.
Yeah,
Right.
because that's what we do. That's what we do. I mean, you think about it. I mean,
30 years from now.
what is it you love that isn't drama?
A menu will pop down from your ceiling, and I'll take political drama today.
Yeah.
And
I know someone's saying, well, what about painting a picture? That's not drama. It is drama.
Right.
You're damn right it is. You're creating drama
Right.
on a canvas. Yeah, that's drama.
Yeah.
I mean, otherwise, why are you doing it? Just because you want a picture of another tree? Gives a shit.
With some
No
birds.
disrespect. But I'm saying, I mean, you do it for the drama. Same reason you write anything, you do anything.
right.
Right?
It's all drama.
I mean, it is. It really is, man. It's just what drama is your drama.
We've solved the world's problem, man, finally.
I mean, maybe. I don't know if it's that good. I'm not talking to the right people for that to happen. I mean, these people are amazing. They're already smart.
Absolutely.
You know, it's the idiots that run the country that you got to worry about, you know. And I don't mean anyone specifically. I just mean in general terms, this country has often been run by idiots.
What were we talking about earlier before we got on air? Where we were
When I had a little moment.
Yeah.
God.
Because it had to do with wrestling. And I remember you being like, yeah, they don't pay attention. You know, wrestling's too associated
Oh,
with
well, we were talking about what I actually said. I know what I said, and I probably shouldn't have said it. But we were talking about something on wrestling, and I said, well, you know that people on the left, they don't.
Oh, it was because Roman Reigns is getting hate for coming out as a MAGA supporter.
Okay, that's what it was. Yeah, Roman Reigns, apparently before WrestleMania, he did an interview with Vanity Fair and said he was a Trump supporter.
Yeah.
And
I was like,
you were
oh,
like,
he's gonna
oh,
get
he's
hate
going to
now?
get hate now. And I said, yeah, but to be honest with you, the people on the left don't watch the WWE.
Right.
Because it's too akin to redneckism.
What?
You know, yeah, it's too akin to being a redneck. It's just, 6 degrees off of redneckery. and that is just 6 degrees off of holding a Confederate flag, which
What?
is just 2 degrees off of being a racist,
What?
which is just 2 degrees off being kicked off the planet.
What?
Thanks, Stone Cold.
You're
Yeah.
going on a rant there, man.
No,
That was
I
good.
was just like, come on, man. I mean, no, nobody cares. Who cares anymore? I don't care who you like. Whoever you like in the game is your business. Yeah, just let's go back
But
to
I mean,
it being
come on,
their
he's-
business.
Yeah.
I don't want to know who. I don't even
hey,
care.
I think everybody.
However, because you've done this, because you've opened this Pandora's box, you've opened Pandora's box.
Okay.
So I told you earlier, I teased this.
Oh, this is perfect.
I teased this song because I'd written the Elon Musk rap. All right, and I was like, I was sitting at home this weekend. I was like, man, I just kind of feel bad because
Was weighing on your
it
conscience.
was a little bit.
You got
because
some hate on
I-
TikTok
I-
over it, man.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I do love hate. Hate from Alabama. Thanks, man. No, I appreciate it. But no, I have this weird thing, and it does stem from being a kid. When my brother and I would get into arguments, my dad often would require us to have a debate. That would be our punishment. He'd be like, no, you're not going to argue over this stuff. I want you guys to pick a subject here, and then you're going to do a debate tonight after dinner. And we would have to literally debate.
Interesting.
It was an interesting approach. And
Okay.
it was one of the things my dad did that it was kind of cool in a way.
Right.
You know, he did do some really cool things. And so I became addicted to objectivity.
Okay.
So if I can't leave a scale unbalanced, I have to be objective in my mind to everything.
Okay.
You know, I have to be able to consider both sides of the argument because
Right.
I've been forced
To-
to argue both sides of the argument.
Gotcha.
So
you
and-
want to be one step ahead. Yeah.
And so that always makes me really try to, and maybe to a fault, I don't even know.
Yeah.
You know, but I thought to myself over the weekend, I was like, my scale's unbalanced. You know, I did the Elon thing, you know.
The universe is not.
Yeah,
Will
I
and
need
Patrick's
to
universe.
counter my own Elon with an AOC rap.
Right.
And so I put together an AOC rap. Now, before I get to that, and we'll do it here in just a second, I do want to mention a couple of things real quick. Let's do this first, okay? You know what? As a real estate agent, I've seen lots of homes get caught up in probate. That's when somebody dies and they don't have a will. And the next thing you know, siblings are arguing over houses, possessions, cars, things like that. That is a nightmare you don't want any part of. You're going to need some help. You need someone with experience. You need Riggin Law. okay? RigginLaw.com. Kristen Riggin there and her team are amazing at guiding you through this process. Look, you want to get what's coming to you, but you don't want to have to fight with everybody to get it. Just get Kristen to do the work for you. Go to RigginLaw.com. When you have questions, you have concerns about an inheritance, about anything like that, RigginLaw.com is the solution. Check them out. Have you been injured? You need an attorney with a passion for people and an obsession with justice. That attorney is Tim Reed in Little Rock. Look, they've won $1.3 million in wrongful death, almost $1 million in medical malpractice and in insurance dispute. These guys know what they're doing, but more importantly, he's not a figurehead of some kind. He's not just some person on a poster with a picture of a rig or a smile or his dog with him. This is a real guy you can text with, you can talk to, and who will take good care of you. He'll work with you personally to get what you deserve. Check out reedfirm.com, reedfirm.com, or give him a call, 777-7333. All right, so we got the business taken care of here. So here's what I'm going to do. Some of you may not have heard the Elon rap before.
Yeah.
And plus, if I'm going to do a response rap, because how I saw it when I got done, I was like, do you remember back in the day they used to do the celebrity rap battles?
Right.
You know, and I don't know who did them, but they would put them out regularly. And they were very, very popular.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you'd have like an Albert Einstein rap. You'd have all these different rap battles between scientists, different things, you know, all kinds of people, right?
Right.
So I kind of thought of it in that context, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it was really good. But I feel like that you need to hear one before the other. You need to be reminded, or you need to hear Elon before you can hear the AOC response.
I think
you
so,
know?
yeah.
Now, I'm going to warn you the same way that I did before. This is completely out of character for me. It's completely uncensored. That's why it's out of character for me, because I try to safeguard us in a lot of ways from being too tawdry, you know?
Right.
But
sometimes you just got to
look,
cross the line.
in this case, it needs to be this way to serve its purpose. And so we're going to do Elon first, and then
Let's have everybody vote in the comments.
which they like.
Yeah,
better.
so you can either post Elon or post AOC, depending on which song you like.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fair too. That's fair. So let's start with Elon. Here we go.
There we go.
Elon in the cut, a.k.a. Emus, a.k.a. Muskie. Shit, bruh, I can't even choose cyber and gold or cyber and blue. Shout out Chucky Schumer. Hey, bro, fuck you and your antique bloomers while you dodging tumors. Fucking ruthless. I'm an astronaut swag, I'm the fuck in my bag. I can go to space just cause my girl on the rag. Shark free. So don't cap like Emus, don't get buckets. You don't like the DOGE, send you 24 fuckets. The left used to call me hero. Mass-produced cars, gas use zero. Now Tesla's getting grilled like Trump steaks. Oh shit, I said Trump, that's a news break. Dude, Mike's top story. Hey America, remember me? Yeah, it's your boy Muskie. Tesla, the boring company. Neuralink and SpaceX. All the women I got pregnant with creepy sex. Hell yeah, I'm a fiend. If you're counting kids, I got 13. And if that isn't enough on my motherfucking plate, now I'm in charge of eliminating government waste. Yeah, I'm rolling with the DJT. Oh yeah, people hating on me. Wanna put me in the hot seat, but how you gonna label me a Nazi? I like free speech. Ask me if I give two shits, because motherfucker, I'm the real Richie Rich. 350 B's in my bank, check that. I'm footing Skechers and rocking a MAGA hat. Did I say that? You hate that's on my head? Newsflash, I wear that motherfucker to bed. Let me leave you something like my ex Amber Heard for Nancy Pelosi. I leave this turd. It's a bold choke. Ooh, on top story. Hey America, remember me? Yeah, it's your boy Muskie. Tesla, the boring company. Neuralink and SpaceX. All the women I got pregnant with creepy sex. Hell yeah, I'm a fiend. If you're counting kids, I got 13. And if that wasn't enough on top of my plate, now I'm in charge of eliminating government waste. Hop Hopped in the self-driving Tesla Plaid, 1.9 to 60, yeah, I'm fucking bad. Shit, smoking fatties at the charging pad. Puff, puff, passing to my fam, Joe Rogan. If one joint ain't enough, well shit, we'll just go again. The haters are little babies. I parked them all in the playpen, and now it's okay. You could say when. Have you had enough? Can I get an amen? Hey America, remember me? Yeah, yeah, it's your boy Muskie E. Tesla, the boring company, Neuralink and SpaceX. All the women I got pregnant with creepy sex. Hell yeah, I'm a fiend. If you're counting kids, I got 13. And if that wasn't enough on top of my plate, now I'm in charge of eliminating government waste. The real plug, baby. Plug it in. Get charged. Go to space. I won the race. Elon cut. AKA Musk. AKA Muskie. Muskie. Elon in the cut. AKA Musk. AKA Muskie.
Yeah.
I'm tight, man. I'd be jamming that through the summer.
Yeah, no, that's a good one to put on your playlist right there. Now, let's do the retort finally here. This is AOC responding to Elon and all that.
It's the AOC. Yeah, you know me. It's the AOC. Yeah, you know me. Let's just fucking get right to it. Yeah, I was a waitress, what about that shit? Because just like survival, I'll outplay, outlast, and fucking outwit. I'm talking to you, Donnie, you narcissistic nitwit. Your fat fingers typing on twit. I guess now it's called X. Why? Cause all Elon does is talk smack and have sex. I don't even know how he's playing these games. Elon, you got 14 kids, you even know all their names. Bet you never attended any ball games. Why? Because your kids can't bring you any more fame. Did I just start trouble? Did I reach in and pop your little fucking bubble? Elon and Donnie sitting in a tree. STEALING. Maybe the people are all fooled, but promise you about to get schooled. You won the race but not the war, and you're about to get beat like Jenna Jameson's back door. That's right, the countdown has started and you're done for. Remember this orange man, you can't fucking run anymore. Who's gonna beat me? JD Vance, please buy snore. You see, Chucky and Nancy thought they ran the left. They mocked me, but I'm too deaf.
That means clever, bitch.
Meanwhile, the clowns in charge getting away with theft, keeping it 100. I'm the woman for the job. I'm way hotter than Hillary without the stupid bob. Nancy Pelosi, it's been 30 years since she's got any knob. I know I've only been 10 minutes on the scene, but I'm bringing the new American dream. Get rid of capitalists, bring in the trans queens, eliminate borders, and oh yeah, everything green. Rap. Did I just start trouble? Did I reach in and pop your little fucking bubble? Elon and Donnie sitting in a tree. STEALING. Maybe the people are all fooled, but promise you about to get schooled. You won the race but not the war, and you're about to get beat like Jenna Jameson's back door. I'm on tour with Bernie Sanders. Okay, it's true, he's like Caucasian Ned Flanders, but we dropping seeds because we're revolution planters. Planners, where the fuck are my manners? My name is A to the O to the motherfucking C, and you'll be seeing way more of me, cause I'm the very best of my donkey party, and I'm the only one with a banging MILF body. And bitches, I'm still under 40, so yeah, face facts, I'm a fucking hottie. Did I just start trouble? Did I reach in and pop your little fucking bubble? Elon and Donnie sitting in a tree. STEALING. Maybe the people are all fooled, but promise you about to get schooled. You won the race but not the war, and you're about to get beat like Jenna Jameson's back door. Start believing, I'm never leaving. You babies teething, call it the AO season. Get it?
Start believing. I'm never leaving. You babies teething? Call it the AO season.
Get it? Get it? Get it?
All right. How was the response, man?
Man, that hit. That was really
Yeah,
good,
you
dude.
like
I
that
like that. And I'm
did?
not an AOC fan at all. But
No, but it was funny. At
oh
least.
yeah, dude.
That's the point. It's
Oh,
supposed
yeah.
to be humorous.
Oh, dude,
You know,
I
so.
think that should. I think you need to get in touch with her people, man. That should be her walkout during her
Yeah,
campaign.
I liked it, man. I like them. I'm gonna put some videos together for those. And he said, little doggy said, Epic Lloyd did those, right? That's right.
Oh,
That is
okay.
right. That's right.
Yeah.
Good call, Mike.
I think
Yeah,
we're gonna have to come up with some others for the
Yeah,
next
I'm gonna have to
election
do that,
season.
yeah.
We'll have now this is what Patrick calls election season music.
something like that. Yeah, but I think I'm gonna put those videos. But I need to do them right, where you have like a caricature of each person in them. So I got to do them
yeah.
up a little bit because I think those could do something online.
I think so.
You know, I think maybe they could if I'm quick enough. I got to do it fast.
Yeah.
So I'm probably this week going to work on, coming up with some kind of video footage. Matter of fact,
Latasha says great song.
oh, thank you. Is there anybody out there who does video stuff like that? Who does that kind of animation? I just need lyric or the video for Elon and the video for AOC.
Right,
It could just be
John,
some silly AI shit.
Yeah.
Just something that would look good. That we could put it out. So if you could help me, if somebody out there is good at that,
I'm sure we got
because
somebody.
I'm decent, but it's like watching a YouTube video and trying to do something. I'm slow as hell at it.
Yeah, like
you
replace
know,
the starter.
yeah. That. Now that's how the show ends, right there. That's exactly right. You guys are awesome. We're out of this bitch.